What's up, everybody? Daddies, welcome to episode right here, 190.
We live? We're
live.
Okay.
Yeah, this ain't practice. When do we practice?
Never. Practice. There go the laugh.
Welcome to
5 seconds in.
He's also 5 drinks in. Welcome to episode 190 of Dunn and Drew. What are we going to do for 200?
We'll figure that out later.
All
That's not in 10 weeks.
That's before. That's like the end of top 100 off the dome. That's probably
it might be the very end actually. So we're here live. We can fucking just do the little math. 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96.
It's 1 week after. You don't have to do that.
Shut up. August 23rd.
August 23rd is Dunn and Drew's 200th episode.
Nice.
We going out?
On the Monday. Monday night, we just do a vlog episode. Live stream from YouTube that night. No.
All right. Got a lot to get into. Goodness. The Suns swept the Nuggets. Who saw that?
Our Suns.
Who saw that? Yeah, you're our Suns right there.
No.
Well,
your NBA prediction's not even on there for some reason.
I was too worried. I knew there's too many moving parts.
But when we get into the NBA talk, we'll talk about this Nets prediction because they've got injuries now, but Suns are looking good.
I just want to say I'm a huge Suns fan. Oh my God. And now, okay, we'll get into all this,
Yeah,
but
we'll get there.
Suns swept the Nuggets, Milwaukee even the series versus an injured Nets team. Tebow looks great at Jags practice.
Here we go.
Was there any doubt? And we're going to have our first in-studio guest today. Speaking of Tim Tebow and Jaguars, she works at the old news station that I worked at. She covers the Jaguars pretty thoroughly and every single day for the local news station. Her name's Mia O'Brien. She'll be here. She's gonna pop in. She's gonna pop in the next, I don't know, half hour, 45 minutes.
She cute.
Top
What, I can't say that?
Top 100 NFL players off the dome is also happening tonight, this week. That's, what are we at? 90 to 81?
How you forget? We've only done 1 week.
We're at 90
to 81.
81.
Yes, sir.
That's what I just said. And I got some rants. I have one rant, one rave, and one review. So
One of each.
here we go.
Mine will be off the dome.
And I still won't grow up, I'm a grown-ass kid. Swear I should be locked up for stupid that I did, but I'm a champion. So I turn tragedy to triumph. Make music that's fire. Get my soul through the wire.
I got a shout out
Yeah?
before we get into the episode. And you already know, I went to Chick-fil-A today for lunch. I brought my my laptop, and I was
To Chick-fil-A.
set up on the table. Yeah, I was writing the show notes at Chick-fil-A.
You do that at Panera or Starbucks.
Chick-fil-A has Wi-Fi, so I set up and I got the episode ready.
Okay, shit.
Sorry, we had some
just coming at your fast food business choices.
We had some technical difficulties getting the episode going today. That's why I got a little sweat going on. So I'm like, let's just take a deep breath.
Man, my man's
Take a
tense.
deep breath.
I be sweating every episode already anyway. Boy, dripping from the pits. Anyway, Chick-fil-A writing notes was good.
Oh, hold on. I'm not done.
I was letting you continue.
Well, I'm not done breathing.
Oh,
All right. Okay.
a few deep breaths.
So I was at Chick-fil-A writing the show notes. And while I'm writing the Dunn and Drew show notes, what do you know? A Dunn and Drew fan walks up. I see him out of the corner of my eye, and I hear, "Are you Andrew? Or is your name Andy?" Something like that. And I said, I think I heard what he said, but I always, every time I have a first interaction, for some reason, I go, huh? Even though I know what he said, I want to make sure, I guess, because I don't want to say, "Oh, yeah, I'm Andrew." And then he's like, "No, I meant, did you want more Chick-fil-A sauce?" I was like, "Oh, okay."
Was he an employee?
No, he's a,
I
but
do that.
I only saw him out of the corner of my eye.
I do that too. But for video purposes, I'd be like, "What'd you say?" Start recording.
Okay. What'd you say? So his name's Russo, and
You take a pic?
No.
Fuck.
He came up to me. He said, "Andy, yeah, oh man, I love y'all's podcast. Been following Erickson's Vine," and I was like, "Get the fuck out of here!"
Damn, he
Get the
told
fuck
you that
outta
in
here.
person. You hate that.
No, I don't think he said he listens to us. He said, "I love your podcast. I listen about once a month." That's fine. That's fine. I'm glad he came up and noticed me without you there. And I told him that. I said, "You were the first person to come up to me and recognize or say hello to me because you know me from the podcast."
That happened one other time up here in Jax, I believe, at the mall, didn't it?
The mall.
You're at the mall by yourself and it happened?
I don't go to the mall
It was
here.
a few years ago. It wasn't recently.
Don't recall.
It was like when we first started.
Well, if that's the case, they would have known me from our Jaguars videos on YouTube, not from the podcast.
True.
So,
But we still were doing the podcast then.
but yes, okay.
4 years. 4 years in the making, y'all.
And so I was like, yeah, I appreciate it. I gave him a follow back on Twitter. And
Oh, that was that guy that tweeted us?
yes, that was him.
Gotcha.
And I told him to pay attention, to subscribe to us on YouTube. We gained another subscriber. So shout out to Russo. He's going to watch the vlogs. He's going to dial back into the podcast weekly.
Hey, all I'm saying is, if you guys ain't watching the vlogs, you missing out. 'Cause we got the podcast here, obviously, but the vlogs are like a different level. It's like our experiences during the week where we get absolutely hammered and we're not sitting here talking face to face. It's a little adventure time. And every time I'm like sitting here editing them, I'm like, fuck. Like, how are we able to do this every week? Have some random ass thing to be able to post every week. I don't have nothing this week yet, but chill. Every vlog, I'm able to find like something in our current new lives where we're able to share it, and it's like it's lit. Turns out lit.
So shout out to Russo.
We are the kings of
My
the
pants.
weekend.
I said we're going to be a little bit cleaner this episode.
Well, that's tradition. Like I can't not say that.
Yeah,
for the
that's
extra audio, but I won't randomly blurt that out throughout the episode, so we're good there. I might. He did say I'm 5 Crown Royals deep, so this shit hitting. I haven't drank in a while. Don't hit the button.
When is the last time?
I was in Illinois last week, remember? So like I didn't drink at my grandmother's, so I didn't like
Better man than I am.
The last thing I drank was Friday night last week after dinner. I came back here and was just drinking till I fell asleep. But
That phrase just sounds so bad. I was just drinking until I fell asleep. That's unhealthy.
no, we did a Patreon episode and we were
Yeah.
drinking Jameson on it, and then I just kept drinking Jameson and fell asleep. So Friday was the last time. But there's 1 week till summer, y'all. So
You're counting down. Good God, you remind me every damn day how long until summer.
It's because I've been doing this transformational body workout fucking challenge since January. So I have goals. Like I have fitness goals every season. So the beginning of the year to the beginning of spring, if you saw that transformation, that shit was lit. And then now I'm doing the summer one. So I'm trying to like keep it tight, keep it right, not drink too much. Podcast is an exception. But the first day of summer officially on our calendar is June 20th. Well, I did that. So June 20th, you guys will get the summer transformation pick from my spring transformation. So like I'm trying to have a tighter waist, more lifted chest, and I've got 1 more week to get that done. So
what are you going to do for fall?
Grind.
Are you going to look even tighter and slimmer? And
So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to keep on this lean path for June, July, and then when August starts, I'm going to bulk up. I say bulk up like I'm not already huge, but August 1st is when I'm going to start, bulking up, getting bigger. Right now I'm trying to get, leaner. But tailgate season, I want to be huge. I want to look like a football player when I'm at these damn games.
you see the Jaguars had tryouts today? Like they had 4 people trying out. One of them was Rockwell Armstead, Vikings former first round pick.
He played for us. Armstead?
Maybe I got that wrong. Mia will be here soon, so she can tell us.
Rockwell.
Rockwell?
Yeah, he was on our team for a little bit.
No, he was never on our team.
That's cat.
I quote tweeted and I said Eric's there trying out for tight end.
How'd I miss that? Was it for
the
Maine?
Invite to work out?
No,
or the tweet?
The tweet.
Oh.
Was it on Maine or Dunn and Drew?
Why didn't they send out like a, hey, if anyone wants to try out? You would have been there. Yeah?
I would have showed up just for vlog purposes.
But low key, you may have.
You think I would have made that? I'm not very athletic, and my knees are kind of shot. I would have been wrecked.
My knees, after playing 9 hours of tennis this weekend, are gone. Every time I walk up the stairs, we should have considered that when we're picking an apartment. Maybe we should have gone on the first floor.
We did consider that, but we bypassed that. I think we just wanted to get into this place.
Oh,
hello.
I think that
was the scariest thing I've ever.
I think our first ever in studio guest just appeared, and we had good timing too.
Very great timing.
This was actually going to be scripted. Like you guys tackle me or something. I was like waiting for.
No, we're unscripted.
We are
24/7 here. Who's the wide receiver? We're just trying to.
Was it a receiver?
That tried out today.
Yes,
Treadwell.
He said so. He was thinking, talking off screener right now. He was thinking of Raquel Armstead, who was the running back that played. Yeah.
I don't know if he's actually playing.
Yeah.
I don't know where I got that from.
Because he was on our team. So
probably from this Jameson.
Yeah, Raquel, whatever, Laquel Treadwell or something. You were mixing up names right there.
Yes.
But yeah, I didn't get the invite to the tryouts today. I had no idea. And I have Jags tweet notifications on. And I didn't see nothing about that.
Maybe they sent an email to their subscribers.
We didn't know either until we showed up.
Unfortunate.
You can just, you got a little cooler with you.
It's only got 4 beers.
Okay.
Oh, you brought beers.
I got 2 beers and 2 Trulies.
2 beers, 2
Trulies.
So you're emptying the fridge.
Yeah.
Nice.
So would you like a Truly or would you like to try the mango?
Oh, she's offering.
From Brew Company.
Oh, I always want to try.
I would love that.
I always want to try new beer, so I'll take that mango.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Wow.
How cold is it?
It's very cold. It's ice cold.
Wow.
Sorry.
So we. Oh no, we got you a koozie. Get rid of that.
Koozie right here, Dunn and Drew koozie.
Can we shout out Smitty's at least?
Oh yes, Smitty's.
That was my first real endorsement.
Feel free to put.
In this life of sin.
Smitty's. Who's Smitty's? Shout him out.
Oh no!
Smitty's
Wait till you
bar.
hear this. Actually, we have this story.
Oh,
So you can pull that chair up, and then you will have to kind of hold this as if you're
So
a speaker.
I'm actually doing the
go.
real. Oh,
Is this how they do it in the press conferences? You actually get a mic to hold?
Absolutely. Oh, pre-COVID.
Oh.
In
that sounds
Trevor's draft presser. We definitely they pass the microphone around, or when Shad does a thing.
Was that the first time you guys were in the building since COVID ended? Trevor's presser.
Not me. I had been in the building 2 months earlier. I had done a whole thing on the new jersey, the new primaries.
Oh, okay.
So I had been in the building, which was hilarious because I was in that building. There we go. I can look at a camera, address the camera. Because I had not been in First Coast News, but I was allowed into the Jaguars facility and into their locker room, which was just hilarious. So, yeah. Smitty's. Smitty's is a bar in Waterloo, Iowa. Shout out Smitty's.
Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Which we need to talk about why you have an Iowa State hat, because I always see it. So that needs to be
You always
discussed.
see it. I recently just got it, actually.
I feel like I always see you with it on.
It's because it's fire, actually.
It is. Go Clones, baby.
Oh, it's better the other way.
Where is Waterloo in relation to Ames?
Waterloo. So when
I'm
you
a fan.
think about Iowa, it's a giant, literally it's a rectangle, but the major cities truly form a rectangle with some offshoots, right? So you got, I'll do it for the camera. So you got,
She's a pro.
so I was in Cedar Rapids. So Cedar Rapids is right here,
I'm
right?
familiar.
Okay.
Yes. Never been.
20 minutes south is Iowa City, where the University of Iowa is. 100 miles west is Des Moines. 20 minutes north, Ames. 100 miles east, Cedar Rapids. Waterloo is an hour north of Cedar Rapids, but it was part of our market, and so the guy who runs the Booster Club for Northern Iowa is also a guest bartender there, and so before I moved, he was like, we watch you at Smitty's all the time. I had no idea what it was. So I'm like, oh, yeah, my last week I'll roll up. We'll, do beers and pizza. And it was, one of the diviest dive bars I've ever been in.
I like those.
They actually, but it's super cool. I now have my name on the wall. So that's pretty neat. But they, have you, sign a dollar bill and then you, throw it against the ceiling.
I did that in Oklahoma City. So it's usually in those Midwest states where they have the dollar bill you throw on the wall. But I got this hat from he works with the Iowa State athletics team.
Okay.
We had a retreat.
Trent.
Yeah, Trent, chill.
Oh, that's good.
We had a retreat in Phoenix it was like 3-4 weeks ago now.
Yes.
And one of our listeners who came, we have actually 3 people from Iowa.
Iowa.
I was telling her how many
we have
Iowans.
Yes.
Is it Iowan?
Because you Snapchatted me the other day to the Iowans with the Smitties.
Yeah. So it was hot as hell in Iowa.
It is hot as hell in Iowa, too.
Crowd hitting.
Also in Arizona. So.
Arizona was very hot. I had a hat. I take very early flights, so I had a hat on my doorknob to bring on my trip. I forgot it because my flight was at like 6:30 in the morning. So when I got there, Trent was one of the first people to show up, and I said, "Man, we took all the people who showed up early went to In-N-Out. I was like, man, I forgot a hat, man. I need to cover my face. It's so hot out here. So I wear hats at tailgates because it's so hot in the Jag Stadium.
I'm wearing a hat right now,
It's
so don't worry. I'm right there
perfect.
with you.
And I was like, man.
Mostly because I had my sunglasses on my head. My hair was messy.
And it's good branding.
Yes.
That as well.
I usually wear it for my hair as well, too, to hide it. But
yeah.
I was like, I forgot a hat. I just said that out loud. And he was like, oh, I have 4 of them. And he let me choose one. And I was like, oh, this one is the most fresh.
It's the most fire hat you have.
I love it.
I think.
Thank you.
I love it. I feel like I saw pictures of you with it for months. Little did I realize it's only been weeks.
I've been wearing
2020,
it daily.
2021, everything blends together.
Exactly. So I am not an Iowa State fan, but I do love the hat. So
right. So people ask me because they call me a Hawkeye homer. It's not that I'm a Hawkeye homer. It's just that most of the guys, just historically, because Kirk Ferentz has been there forever, Fran McCaffrey's now been there forever. Most of the guys, exactly. Most of the guys, your Iowa listeners are going to love this. The guys,
we have a lot.
The guys in the high school ranks in Iowa grow up wanting to go to Iowa. They don't grow up wanting to go to Iowa State for the most part. Some of them flip ship, back forth.
Do you think that'll ever change, or is Iowa University State?
I think Matt Campbell is really injecting life into a school
You're going to have to spam that button.
Yeah.
We got a who button.
Yeah, we have a who button.
When we don't know who you're talking about.
No, Matt Campbell, they finished, 8th in the country last year? 7th in the country?
They're starting, top 5? Top 10?
Yeah, because they're bringing everybody
Brock
back.
Purdy.
Yep, the one and only of Phoenix.
He's from Phoenix?
I think he went to Chandler. He didn't go to Brophy. My cousin went to Brophy.
Why is everything tying together?
I know, right? Look at that 6 degrees of separation. So, But yeah, no. So people always ask, they're like, you're a Hawkeye homer. And I'm like, no, I just root for all the Iowa teams equally. I was buzzer beater, 2016 NCAA tournament, Northern Iowa, Oklahoma City.
Remember that? Yeah.
I was there. I will always.
Reporter or fan?
Reporter.
Both.
I will. Well, so I will say that. Like, I have never, as a reporter, when I have my reporter hat on, pun intended, I never, cheer or anything like that, contrary to what a certain Times Union columnist will tell you.
Oh.
I try to hold it together, but when they hit that, we all went running through, the alleyway to the media center, just screaming.
Yeah.
Because when you witness something like that, that's the only, cathartic thing to do, is just scream. So. Right. Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, tell everyone how you went from Iowa to Jacksonville.
Common misconception too. I'm not from Iowa since
you rep it.
I rep it. I only lived there 3 years.
Oh, I was looking at the hat. I just now seeing it. Mia.
It's the brand. That's why he didn't even introduce me.
Me with the ED hat.
The people tuning in on the live stream. I believe it's a live stream.
No, we're not live.
Well, whatever. When they see the video, they'll be like, "Oh, it makes sense." No, so I'm from New Jersey, and then I went to Ithaca in upstate New York, and then I got my first job in TV in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, at what is now called Iowa's News Now. It was called KGAN, KFXA. That was only 6 years
call
ago.
letters.
I know.
So you went from the Tristate area to Iowa.
Why you Dr. Doofenshmirtz? You know that?
No,
reference? You know that reference?
No, I just thought it was a...
Yikes. It's Phineas and Ferb.
Oh!
Wow. Yeah, I don't.
My little cousins would be very upset with me.
Because he was always like, Tri-State area. Trying to take over the Tri-State area.
Wow.
Carry on.
So technically, the crazy part, because I know what your question is going to be.
Why?
Iowa, Tri-State area to Iowa, right?
Yeah.
Kind of wacky. So I tell people, the thing is that Ithaca is in central New York. So it's Finger Lakes, southern tier region. I had also, my senior year, I worked at the ABC in Elmira, which, like, if Ithaca is the modern day Woodstock, Elmira is this little blue collar city that's like, you know, market in terms of television markets. It's 176. It's like tiny, backwoodsy. But the beautiful thing was I lived in Ithaca. So I lived in, you know, crazy town, and I'd commute half hour, and I'd do like the real world small town news thing, and then I'd go back to crazy town. So it was like a good precursor for what my life would be. But also the thing is, so in terms of then moving to Iowa, Ithaca and Cedar Rapids are on the same line of latitude. And so, of course, Iowa City is also a college town. So the transition was actually a lot easier than people realize.
Do you feel that when you get there? You go, oh, wow, I think I'm on this does feel like the same latitude.
Well, no. So like this part is true. So Ithaca has the Commons, very like famous, that they have this ped mall of sorts, where they have shops and restaurants and weird sculptures. Iowa City has the Ped Mall, which literally was inspired by Ithaca's Commons.
Oh, you're right.
So my
You
first
felt at
full
home,
day,
home.
first full day, I go for happy hour with some friends, and I'm walking around, and my buddy who was showing me around went to Syracuse, so he knew, and he was like, "So does that look familiar?" And it's literally the same
Wow.
weird sculpture of children. And I was like, "Wow, like this is very weird." I was literally here a week ago.
You know what's funny is there's probably going to be some listener that's like, "Oh, I'm very familiar with that area."
We'll have one.
Yeah.
Well, so I will say this too. So obviously, I joke I went from the #1 college town in America to #2. I probably should have gotten like a master's, but I got a master's in partying. It's fine.
Are
But
you just saying that, or is that like
no,
statistically
in 2015,
proven?
that actually was like #1 and #2.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think Iowa was 1 and Ithaca was 2.
Wow.
Either
Iowa.
way.
We've never heard
Iowa City's
of
incredible.
such a thing.
Iowa City is
Well,
absolutely.
I feel like in cities like that, when there's like very little else to do, that's
Maybe that's why Gainesville UF is so,
Athens, Ohio,
such a party.
Those are like
Right.
well-known.
So the thing with Iowa City, though, and I don't know about here in Florida, but like for me growing up in New Jersey, a lot of our like curriculum growing up as kids, like on the language arts side of things, was based on the Iowa Writers Workshop. I don't know if that happened, like the writer's notebook and stuff like that. Did you guys do that like in the 3rd grade?
No. Well, not that I recall.
Okay, we like
I don't have many
yeah, I
memories.
just remember FCAT.
And
well,
9/11.
like, even like so our version
Yeah.
of the FCAT even was inspired by whatever Iowa was doing. And this is New Jersey. And like my mom said, even when she was, you know, in elementary and middle school in the 60s and 70s, she said same thing. It was all like inspired by the Iowa Writers Workshop.
Well, it seems like we can't get away from Iowa,
Right.
And now I'm
Yeah.
repping Iowa as well.
This is
so-
not an Iowa.
I'm just opening my
This is not an Iowa podcast. So
Yeah,
let's
so
make
I'll-
the
Or a Jaguars podcast.
let's make the transition swift to Jacksonville, which is also not a
Yeah,
Jacksonville
It's
podcast.
like,
gonna say,
like the shirt says.
We're
It's-
not a Jaguars podcast either. It's fine.
So and then you got to from Iowa to Jax, and then
I've been here. It'll be 3 years in September.
yes.
So I've only worked, well, technically, if you want to count Elmira, it's my 3rd job, but really it's only my 2nd. So I did 3 years there, and I did 2.5 so far here.
So when you started covering the Jags, did you start 2017?
I started in 2018.
Oh, you came in thinking that you were coming into a team
we were first.
that AFC Championship game, and we were about to, you know, take the next.
After the Patriots game, we were like, "Wow,
oh yes,
did
did you go to that one
That was the best part, was I started the week of the Patriots game, but
when we whooped their?
we kicked them."
Yeah.
right. So I went to all the media availability that week, but when I first got the job offer and they asked me when could I start, I was in a wedding back in Iowa that weekend.
Iowa.
So I actually
Was it in a
wasn't
barn?
No, it was not. It was at the library on the
Oh,
roof of the
God.
library. Very scenic.
the
Very scenic.
library.
The Cedar Rapids Library, the heart of downtown Cedar Rapids.
I'll
At least it wasn't a cornfield.
There
Yeah.
you go. There you go. But yeah, so I actually flew back like during the game because we had already booked, I booked the tickets.
Great game.
It was a great
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
Got a viral clip from
Not
it.
the next week. So my first Jags game was that 9-6 loss to the
Oh my
Titans.
God, we were there,
Yeah.
right?
Pretty sure we were at every. Wait, yeah, we were at
If
every
it was
game.
home, we were probably there.
Yeah.
We weren't at every game.
No, 2018. That was our year. We were like, oh, we're going to the Super Bowl. I made sure I was.
Man, well, I don't remember that year.
Was that Thursday night? No, it was.
No, Thursday night that year was the Titans with Derrick Henry.
Oh, so-
R.I.P.
6.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
That was that a 90. Was that the 90 something yard run? Yikes.
Oh my God. Oh, with the seven stiff arms.
Yep. Did you guys see Jalen was tampering this morning? Like,
Yeah.
I saw
Did we
that.
talk about that yet?
No, we did
not
not.
yet.
Feel free.
We really just started.
Oh, good. Excellent. Good. Sweet.
So he messaged what corner?
Stephon Gilmore.
Stephon Gilmore. Did he just tag him in his Instagram
He
story
tagged
or
him. No,
something?
and he did it on Twitter too. He literally did it on every
he's
form
so
of social
thirsty.
media. I'm like, and he changed his number now.
Yeah, he's a 5 now.
He doesn't care. Like I told Rams fans because I saw someone complain. He's like, they added the team. He's like, what am I supposed to do with this 20 jersey? And I said, hey, don't buy any more Jalen Ramsey merch. He doesn't care about you.
And also, he's probably going to find a way to force himself home to Nashville in the next 4 years, as soon as the Rams start losing.
I hope so.
Oh, that would be so great.
Oh, yeah.
Just because I know, because I shouldn't say that because I don't want him on the Titans,
Right.
but all the Rams fans that were so like talking smack to the Jaguars fans after Ramsey decided, I was like, the whole time I was like, don't be comfortable with them. Just have no loyalty with Ramsey.
Like, as much as like I think Matt Stafford is a good quarterback,
He's
and
great.
I trust Sean McVay, but part of me in the back of my mind is like, if this doesn't work, they may have to blow that whole thing up. Because when you look at them long term in terms of draft picks, which we all know they have none,
Until 2028 or
even
something.
when you look at young players, like what young corners, I mean, they have Van Jefferson and they have Akers. But other than that, like, what other young cornerstone players do they have? Like the walk-on kid from Creekside High School? Like, I guess that's one who plays nickel. Like,
Damn,
yeah.
you're nice with the Rams market, huh?
No,
The
it's
LA
only,
market?
it's only because sometimes, those when I anchor on like a Thursday and like you need a random like, hey, did you guys see that this person had a touchdown over the weekend video? Yeah, I just like some kid who went to Bowls, plays for Tennessee baseball, and I like showed that.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm sure the Rams organization is feeling pretty bad since their 17-3 loss or whatever it was in the Super Bowl. Like, they've been like Super Bowl heavy since then, and like they're trying to rush to get it because they
think the window. I mean, the window is such a weird thing.
Yeah.
I'm over Ramsey as long as he doesn't win a Super Bowl. As long as he doesn't win
Before
a Super
us.
Bowl, I'm fine. Before us, yeah, I guess. And then this game when the Rams play the Jags.
Are you gonna come with me?
No.
Come on, man.
No, I'm not going down.
Come on, this is why we moved here.
We're going to go to LA. This is why we moved to Jax to go to LA.
to make content together in the away games.
Okay.
You know how fun that would be?
You
in Los
lucky if
Angeles?
you lucky if you get me to Cincinnati. All right. Let's
I will. So it's funny that you mentioned that game. So I have a lot of weddings this fall. I'm like a little
I
concerned.
got one.
Whoa.
So how many
Yeah.
are you in? Not in, but like attending.
I'm attending 3.
Sheesh.
I'm in 2. Sort
wow.
of.
And being in the news industry, it's hard. That's
Yeah.
brave.
Oh, it's well.
Hey, once in a lifetime,
That's and
events.
that's what I told the bosses already. Let's hope they they're okay with that.
So tell everyone. I know we're like halfway in already, but tell everyone what I already
Are we
introduced
like
you.
on a clock timer or like?
No, we're
okay.
good.
No,
I already introduced you before you showed up, but tell everyone your name and what you do now.
Okay, after
we
you already
already-
heard about Ithaca and
Yeah.
Iowa and all that.
Yes,
Mia
sir.
O'Brien, sports anchor, reporter, First Coast News. I cover the Jaguars, obviously, very in-depth, but I also cover local high school, local college, the Jacksonville Icemen, which I know you guys just went to a game.
yeah, we did.
The Jumbo Shrimp, I know you love them too.
Do we?
I wish that
Are
game
you
the
going
other
to a
night
Sharks game soon?
I have never been to a shrimp game.
Really? We
no,
gotta
I haven't.
change that.
should have went the other night.
We
I
should
saw
have.
that.
Yeah. I saw J-Nubs going viral around Twitter with that.
Walk off. Whatchamacallit?
It was a heck of a game.
I
It
can
was
say
awesome.
J-Nubs because we post vlogs and I, put everybody's name in there, so you guys should be familiar with this. It's school. Dunn and Drew is school. But who are the Sharks?
The arena football team, which
Okay.
I said to
I've
someone.
been to one game.
You've been to one game.
One
They've
game.
only had one game this year. And
No,
they-
I've been to
yeah.
one game overall, in my whole life.
They,
Jacksonville
I will say
Sharks.
this. I said this to someone I walked into work today. They
More
asked,
fun
like,
than the Jags. Oh,
No, I walked in and I said, look, I'm fully vaccinated, and not that I judge if that's a life decision, but I will say this: like, I've been at the Shrimp, and I had a lot of friends that this weekend was their first like sporting event. Like they didn't go to Jags in the fall, which obviously Jags in the fall you had to have a mask. NFL you had to have a mask. A lot of them went to the Shrimp this weekend, and they were like, I didn't know like how to react. Like my body didn't know what to do. But the shrimp, it's outdoors, it's baseball.
Full capacity, right?
Yep. This was the first week of full capacity for minor league stadiums, if they so choose. And that one, it was kind of weird, but I felt okay for shrimp. But then I go to the Sharks, man, and I have never felt so close to COVID in my life.
Oh, inside the arena.
Oh yeah, yeah. Did you go to UFC?
No, I wish.
No, I'm curious what that would have felt like, but it was definitely it was those vibes.
The closest, the most packed in that I've been since the first time that I got really packed in since COVID was the draft when we went to Cleveland.
Oh yeah, that was amazing.
It was amazing because I didn't care. I was vaxxed.
I listened to that episode of the pod. You guys were in the vaccinated section.
Did you watch the vlog though?
I did. I watched half the vlog because Andy and I talked about this the other day.
Vlog's what you need to see.
I need to really watch the rest.
Yo, that was like a great way to kick off us moving here to Jacksonville together, straight to the draft. It's because we have listeners that work for the Cleveland Cavaliers, and I guess
that got you your seats,
listener Cole.
Shout out Cole. Swore out. I guess the professional sports teams work in conjunction with each other, and he was able to get us vaccinated tickets to the draft. So he's like, "Come through, guys!" And I was.
Love it. It's a way to live.
And I had never been to an NFL draft before, so the first one being Trevor Lawrence, and the season.
And my first one was Blake Bortles.
I was just gonna say I happened to, I think after we went out for drinks a couple weekends ago, when I got home, I just
saw those stories.
Loved it. We had a great time. You see our videos dancing in this living room.
I saw you sign my flag too.
Your TV's up.
Oh my God!
We hung.
She's like, "Oh, you got a TV?"
There's
no couch.
There's
Still working on that
part. Don't expose us.
Still working on that part. It's fine. It's fine.
Kidding. We expose ourselves.
Dancing around over there. No. So I guess I got home, and my new thing is knock on wood. I don't get.
This is wood
yes.
from IKEA.
I don't get drunk at the bar. But then when I get home, I don't know about you guys, but maybe my brain just says you're home, you're safe, and it just
Then you can party?
I just go into blackout mode even if I've had a drink. I don't know why, but anyways. So then I'll just all of a sudden realize, why am I going down the rabbit hole of Andy's Instagrams from 2014? So I saw the picture of you guys with Bruce Beck, and I was like, my dog, that's hilarious.
Bruce Beck?
Yeah, the sports anchor from NBC. There's a picture of all of you guys outside of Rockefeller Center with the newsman.
Oh shit!
That's my dog. That's whose broadcasting camp I went to as a kid.
What?
And he went to Ithaca.
Talk about that broadcasting camp. How old were you?
I was 15 the first summer I went.
What happens at a broadcasting camp?
So at that point, it's only a week for the beginners. And so it's a day camp. So you go from 9 to 7 or something like that.
I went to tennis camp as a youngin'.
I went to band camp too.
I went to
one
church
time
camp.
at band camp.
Believe it or not.
Camp.
No,
I don't believe that.
Broadcasting camp.
I'm telling you.
beginner camp, because there's beginner, advanced, and elite.
There's a picture.
I know, that's my dog. That's Bruce Beck. I'll
Wow.
show you.
Wow,
Here,
I
I'll
never
grab
seen
my
that.
other phone.
Bruce Beck.
Oh, so what was he? Local?
Here, I'll pull up
local.
picture, stand by.
Local New York
Yeah.
anchor. Yep. Oh, okay, I don't even remember that.
I don't remember that.
Empty-handed. Okay.
Wow.
Here, I'll
Dilla's
show
in
you.
there. Solly.
Yeah, here, I'll
Eric.
show you. Here's my.
I'm in there?
No.
Oh,
Eric
I
with
was
a K.
like, I don't remember that.
No, he calls him by his real name. Anyways, so broadcasting camp as a beginner, it's mostly lectures and then exercises, because there's 50 kids and it's a lecture hall type thing. So they'll put you through a teleprompter read, but it's mostly they bring in all these famous people and they talk about their experience and you ask them questions. You go on a field trip or two. We saw NBA studios, we saw Giant Stadium, interviewed Yogi Berra because it's at his museum, the late Yogi Berra, R.I.P. So anyways, so then yeah, and Iron Eagle runs it with Bruce, or used to, I should say. So the
You love Iron Eagle.
I do. So that's Bruce up there, a young Bruce Beck, a young Iron Eagle, and then that's me and Iron and my buddy John.
Let me see a young Iron Eagle.
A young Iron Eagle.
Young Iron Eagle.
A young Iron Eagle, circa 2008.
Wow.
So that's beginner camp. Then advanced camp, they'd throw you to the wolves with my guy Mike Quick, MSG Network, formerly, and
You and Iron Eagle need to slide through the studio when he comes for a Jags game.
ooh, I'll have to tell him. He'll love that. Guess what?
That would be
That would be
amazing.
Have I told
We
you?
can talk about that Nickelodeon broadcast.
Oh, Noah. So I was one of Noah's counselors at the camp, because then I went to the camp for 3 years. Then I became a counselor for 2, and I was a counselor to Noah Eagle, who had shaggy hair.
What does he do now?
He's he called the Nickelodeon game.
Oh,
That's who his kid called.
His son did.
And he's the Clippers play-by-play
Okay.
guy. Yeah.
Huh.
He's like
Interesting.
25 and awesome. Yeah, 24. He's like, yeah, it's unfair.
It's nice when your dad is Zion Eagle.
But listen, and people love to say that, but Noah is.
But he did really good.
He's a hard
for that.
worker, and like I told people that Nickelodeon game is like proof because of, like when people say like, oh, it must be nice your dad. The thing with him is like when he pulled out that line about the Pepiano Pepper or whatever from the Fairly Odd Parents, and people, and even like Nate Burleson was like, where the heck did you come up with that?
Yeah, there was a lot of references.
And
there.
it comes down to that the kid was taught by his father and by all the mentors he's had to prepare like nobody else. And he does that.
I feel like, I would have, if I was calling that game, like I'm sure Nate Burleson did this. This is what it sounded like he did. Just come up with so many analogies and just get them right here like Nickelodeon, NFL. How can I combine the two?
Nate Burleson definitely had a notebook of notes.
Yeah.
For
100%.
references.
100%.
He was going in on them. Like every play, he said something
He was.
that related to an NFL. Like he had a Drake and Josh one. I'm like, come on, Nate.
None of these kids know who they are.
I was like, Nate, you ain't watch that. Well, we know what you talking about.
Megan. But yeah, no. So that was broadcasting camp, and then advanced camp. They actually like put you through. Like you have to put a sports cast together. You have like 5 days, and
14. Rare that someone 14 years old would know that they want to be in broadcasting and actually fulfill it.
yeah. I was lucky in that I did theater as a kid, and I played sports. And
Well, theater. Maybe we should do Hung and Promiscuous.
Chill.
She's Donna.
It's a question. That's a whole nother. It's a whole nother part of my life. Not your traditional theater. I don't want you to read into that. Let's just say that.
Oh no, for sure.
Let's just say
for sure.
that my
I do
drama
theater.
teacher used to write. My drama teacher used to write his scripts. Like he would write the plays.
Wow.
So like it was.
So you didn't do any Shakespeare. You did. What's his name?
We did Mr. Barlam. The world of Richard Barlam, baby. We did I Wish I May and Man for All Seasons, all these like spin-offs
Oh, I like
of
that
like
one.
Rodney Dangerfield and Marlon Brando. And it was, it was great. But anyways, so at 13, my friend of a friend, who actually is a huge agent now at CAA, shout out Kevin Belby.
I thought
You knew someone there?
No,
we heard the same thing.
We thought you said he's a huge Asian. I was like, how'd that happen?
Agent at CAA.
Why he Yao Ming?
Yeah,
I
man.
need to enunciate. Huge agent at CAA.
Oh,
Shout out.
I know that from
Shout
that
out
agency.
Kevin Belby.
Creative Artists Agency.
Right.
Shout out.
Yep. Shout out Kevin Belby. So he actually lived a couple towns over from me. Friend of a friend. He had gone to the camp. His best friend's mom was a patient of my mom. My mom's a dentist. And so she like told my mom about this camp. And she's like, well, Mia's too young right now, but in 2 years you should send her. And, I went, and all of a sudden it was like the light bulb went off, and it was like, oh shit, like I can curse, right?
Please.
Okay, cool.
Encouraged.
Like I can combine my passion of like public speaking and theater and all that and media, because I used to, my 5th grade yearbook I wrote I wanted to be an Academy Award winning director, so I could incorporate all those passions into one job.
Yeah, when I applied for college, my first major, I changed it like 7 times, but my first major applying to college was actually multimedia journalism. So
that may have been what I got. I got multimedia and then video production.
So I'm kind of dabbling in that currently.
So am I. So my issue with, do you have professional sports teams that you have favorite?
The Yankees, which I shouldn't admit these days.
Yankees and the Nets, kind of.
Yeah, I loved them when they were in New Jersey.
You like the Jason Kidd, Richard Jefferson.
Nice.
Vince
Carter.
Vince Carter, Kenyon Martin.
I'm thinking of the center, Collins or Hollins.
Yeah.
Ryan Hollins, was he there?
I think that's who it was.
good?
Kenyon Martin was on the team too.
That
he
was
came over
so
from the
long
Nugs.
ago. My goodness.
That was before
his
Vince.
shot.
Vince joined the team in what, 06 or 07, I think it was.
He came out, I don't remember the year, but yeah.
But no, so I grew up with those Nets, and then the New Jersey Devils went to the Stanley Cup in, what was it, 03 and 04? So like when I'm in like the fourth,
asking the wrong people.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So I'm like in the fourth, fifth
I'm a
grade.
Kraken fan. I'm new to this.
Oh, right. How could I forget? Oh, no, you're an Iceman fan.
Both.
Too.
I know.
can't
That's
vote.
true.
I
You
can't
have a
vote.
professional team.
I'm stacking up my list of teams ever
Stack
since I
on
moved
stacks,
here. I'm a
baby.
Padres fan now.
Oh, yeah, I did see that. I love San Diego.
Oh my
Love
God. Just
San
went there for the
Diego.
first
Oh, my
time.
God.
Fell in love. I'm
Love
going to
it.
move there.
Gas Lamp District. Oh, my God. Some of the best piano bars.
See, I didn't have enough time to get there, but
Some of the best food, too, I've ever
yeah,
had was
I
in
just-
San Diego.
What was it? The taco place.
A
the
whale's
street taco
vagina.
place.
Is that a place?
No, from Anchorman when he says San Diego, Spanish for a
Gotcha.
whale's
I've seen
vagina.
Anchorman. Don't remember the lines, but
I work,
your
in,
word
I work
for
in
it.
news. I'm like legally obligated to know all those lines. So yeah, so the Yankees, I grew up with the Devils and the Nets being who they, used to be. Yeah. And the Nets left and I was like, meh, all right. Like I'm kind of indifferent and like
That's funny because I started watching NBA when the Spurs beat the Nets in
Mm-hmm.
the finals. Like that was like the first NBA game I ever watched was
love
like
that.
the finals, Spurs Nets finals.
Yep.
And I was like, I'm a Spurs fan. So I jumped on the bandwagon when they won the championship, and I've been a Spurs fan ever since.
that.
And I had no idea they were going to be a dynasty.
Well, I will say this. I don't have any Nets gear anymore. Excuse me. I used to have a kid jersey growing up. There's one NBA team, or two technically. There's two NBA teams that I have apparel for. Who are they?
Well, I think you may have told me.
Who is the one?
Is it Phoenix?
Nope. I like the Suns, but nah.
Who's the other
Knicks?
person?
No, so there's two other teams. They're both in the Western Conference that I own apparel for.
Kobe?
Nah, surprise. I want to get a Kobe jersey, but I never got one. But close.
Would I know
Shaq.
from our conversation these past 20 minutes?
No,
Oh.
because we haven't even touched on
Or am I
these two
just
parts
guessing?
of my life. So no. Western Conference though.
So I'm just guessing then.
Yeah,
I
that
got-
just go
I
down
got-
the list,
I
or I
got
could just
nothing.
tell you.
Just tell us.
So I have a Clippers sweatshirt
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that.
because
Elton Brand.
I did a semester in LA, and at that point, like it was 2 years before Kobe retired. So even though I think that was the year he had the Achilles, because Achilles was 2013, something like that. Lakers tickets were like $300, but Clippers tickets, even though they had Chris Paul and Blake Griffin, were literally like $10.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're a big Blake Griffin guy. Girl.
Girl, yes.
God,
Yeah,
Jesus.
It's all good.
Tanked.
Pronouns, you're fine. I'm glad you liked the beer.
Mine's gone.
That's how you know. That's how you know.
This was actually very good.
Yeah, it's
Good. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it.
Craft beer.
Excellent.
You
Good.
bring this to the tailgate. Like you're
Tallahassee.
plastered.
But yeah, so I have that, and then I have a Dallas Mavericks 2011
Damn, I was going to say Mavericks.
I was gonna say Mavericks,
Out of nowhere.
NBA champion shirt because I was in the speech.
2011. That was 10 years
I
ago.
know,
That's
I
insane.
Graduated high school. 2011.
Shout
So
out
did I.
Derek.
Wow. All of us did.
I know we're all 28 forever.
You're 28? Shout out.
Shout out. Speech and debate national championships that year
Oh, wow.
were in Dallas. And the first night we were there was the night that
They won or they were
that they
playing?
beat the Heat.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so, we like went out in the street and like were witness to it. And then like I wanted to actually like go to the party, and my teacher like had to call my mom to like tell me, no, you couldn't go out in the middle of that. We don't want you to die. But then the next day I was like, well, like I'm 100% getting a Mavs championship shirt. Like,
And you're vaccinated, so it's.
well, this is 2011. and that too.
You're updated on all your
We
shots.
were so young. We were so naive. I should have gotten the vax then.
COVID vax in 2011.
Whatever,
Super
man.
woke.
If only. Yeah. So
10 years early.
So the Clippers were definitely Clippers were my team for a bit there. I love the Warriors. I enjoy LeBron, but like I don't know. Like
We
it
can
depends.
agree NBA was much more fun back then than it is now. feel
I
like.
enjoyed the Warriors Cavs. Like I know people hated that it was 4 back to back years
every
but,
year. Yeah.
But
Yeah, I
It's
actually-
because the
2016
Warriors won every single one except one of them.
If
which
Durant,
that one was awesome.
Yeah, that was the best finals in recent memory.
Right.
if Durant never joined, it would have been epic every single year. It would have
Yeah.
been so good.
Bring this full circle. That's part of why it's so funny. So many of my friends from New Jersey, both here and back home, that were Nets fans growing up, fell off the Nets bandwagon, but suddenly now they're all Nets fans again. And I'm just like I shouldn't say it as a Yankee fan because we've been buying our team for centuries.
Hey, if you got it, you got it.
Right. But like, I just can't get behind the buying the team.
I would, like I told you the other, I would feel like some kind of imposter syndrome. I'd be like, I don't deserve this. What did we do for this? They just joined our team in 1 year. Would feel weird.
Some would argue the Jacksonville Jaguars may feel like that, but hey, if we win, I ain't complaining.
Oh yeah, you're right. But no, we earned this.
Yeah,
although the
we
Nets
did
have
earn
been
this.
Nets have been pretty bad for a while. But the reason why I asked your pro sports team is because you haven't said an NFL team. No, you don't
Never
have one.
had one. Like growing
So
up.
I wouldn't be able to report on the Jaguars because I don't want to kill that mystique, and I feel like getting behind other people that I know that are Jags fans would say, "Oh man, I would do anything to work for the team." But I feel like I don't want. I've been to one practice, and when I went, I was like, "Oh, I don't like this. It's like hot. I'm sweating. I don't enjoy myself here, and it's just giving me a negative vibe and perception about the team and the behind the scenes. I don't want to open the curtain because I want it to be out there something that, because when I was younger, I was such a bigger fan, obsessed with everything that came out about the team. But then as I got older and learned more about how things work and stuff, I think it happens for everyone when they get older.
And also the advent of social media.
The more behind the scenes, you're like, okay, you know everything now.
I asked Trevor today what's his favorite restaurant in Jacksonville.
Yeah, you did. I was watching the press conference on the Stairmaster today. So
what did he say?
Shout out the Stairmaster. He did River and Post and Fish Camp. Yeah.
That's what all the rich guys say.
I told him River and Post is my favorite restaurant in town too. So I was like, well, I'm right there with you, buddy.
He's like, I like to hit about 1 or 2 every weekend.
He's very low voice.
Yeah, he is.
For such
Shaq
a slim.
Griffin was awesome.
Yo, Shaq Griffin, I was inspired. I was watching that right here. I was like, damn, Shaq. He's my favorite player. I'm about to get your jersey.
It shouldn't be a surprise, knowing how inspiring his twin brother is and knowing, the lifestyle, they grew up with, knowing his brother's disability. I mean, if you want to call it a disability, they've just, I think, their parents raised them right to have that approach to life, and now we're just seeing it now that he's in his late 20s and accepting that leadership role, which is dope.
And Jags fans are always talking about the offense right now and how our offense looks promising, but just hearing him talk about the defense and how they're gonna try to test Trevor once they're able to go towards the ball and stuff like that, and just creating the culture in the locker room, I was like, okay, Shaq, you better be team captain the way you talking right now. I was like, dang, I want to run through a brick wall right now. I'm ready for August 14th.
When they asked him to shout out somebody, he instantly said Trey Herndon, whose job he's essentially taking.
Yeah.
And I thought that was so super dope that he was that's the guy who works the hardest and who's so technical, and I try to learn from him and I pick his brain. And I was like,
yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah.
But we're not a Jaguars podcast.
No, it never will be. But
speaking of Jaguars, so one of the reasons, aside from being our friend, one of the reasons you're here is because
friends, yay.
you are covering one of probably the most interesting team in the NFL. Is this the best?
Finally.
Off season?
When I got here in 2018 and everyone's like, you get to cover a Super Bowl.
Right.
8 straight losses later.
Yeah. You're covering probably the most interesting NFL team this year. Do you think we get? You probably have been asked this question many times. Hard Knocks.
I can say. Can I disclose that we used to work together, Andy?
Oh, I thought you were going to say, can I disclose the answer to that?
No,
I was like, please.
Breaking on Dunn and Drew podcast.
Starts next week.
Yeah, literally.
What's the theme? Oh, damn it.
The music?
Please give me the music.
I'm blanking on it too. I'm thinking of the one on Amazon.
You better play the
Remember
strike.
when they used to do that one on Amazon? I forgot the name of it. Our news director keeps trying to instruct me to do a story on an open letter to Hard Knocks that they should come here.
Oh, okay.
Which I was like,
Hard Knocks tuning in?
I mean, I was like at first I was like, yeah, sure. Because, I do, as you guys know, I do whimsical video vlog shit like you guys. Mm-hmm. But then I was like, also, I'm trying to use, this rocket ship to the moon that is the Jaguars of 2021 to, get a network job. And I'm like, is that really becoming of an
Can
NFL
you say that on
reporter?
Here?
Yeah, I think so. So, yeah, Joe, I'm not doing it. I'm making Lou Turner do it because I just don't think, for me to progress as a sports reporter, is me, come on, Hard Knocks, come on down. Is that really, what you want?
Make your own Hard Knocks. Every...
That's a good idea. Maybe can you guys collab?
With First Coast News?
Yeah.
I know they don't pay, so I ain't doing it.
Dang, he got the inside info.
Just kidding.
I can't. Yeah, so no, I don't know. Allegedly, there's a rule of like first-year coaches can't get it.
Yeah, rule schmools.
But I feel like that rule was made to be broken because it's Urban Meyer and he breaks rules.
Yes,
so.
exactly. That was my take a few weeks ago. Like, he's proven with his collaboration with AEW, that little thing, and him constantly saying, I mean, he came out on Rich Eisen's show and he said it pretty much, and his constant like wanting to promote Jacksonville is like, what better way to promote Jacksonville than be the only NFL program that everyone watches during the summer? Like, it's
who else are they gonna do? Like,
I don't know why he wanted
the Bengals.
Yeah,
like
there's nobody as interesting
Joe
as the
Burrow.
Jaguars
Like,
right now.
come on. Kid's vanilla. Like he's boring. Like
I mean, and to be
I
fair
like the
though,
cigar
Trevor's
thing,
not that
to be
excited.
to be fair though, I'm upset by how boring Trevor Lawrence is. I don't care how boring he is if he's the best quarterback I've ever seen on the team. He can be as boring as he wants.
He loves Casey Musgraves, though. I feel like there's some more behind
Is
the
there
curtain.
something there?
That's why I was trying, because like he loves posting on the IG his coffee, and so that's why I was like, I know you're a coffee guy. I know you like. What are you liking
me something
so far?
here.
I was like, give me something.
Bold brew.
And he goes, I love bold bean. I was
bold
like,
bean.
oh my god,
a little deeper than that.
Come on, you had really never lived in Jacksonville until now.
Yeah, this is my first time
Wow.
staying here. I'm like 90 minutes south,
Right,
so I came
yeah.
up here for just games, but I don't really know the city yet. So seeing them like actually progress with, renovating downtown is actually exciting because, I don't like to talk down about my team city, but Jackson, I've been to a lot of metropolitan cities and Jacksonville is nowhere near where other cities
Although
I've
I
been
will
to
say
are.
this, because like my mom actually went, so where I'm from in New Jersey is the geographic center between New York and Philadelphia. And my mom brought up to me the other day about how I have my headphones. Should I be plugging them in somewhere? 'Cause you guys are bopping your head. I want to know.
He's banging a track right now.
Of course he
Do
is.
we have a? Hold on, one second.
Yeah, I have my headphones. They're in the bag.
When I hear the Hard Knocks theme, I only think of Jameis.
Oh, I didn't even need to get mine out.
Winston's.
I brought my headphones.
You can plug it in.
Okay.
Did Hard Knocks do the Buccaneers?
Or I have to use Beats.
See if these work.
Are we sponsored? I don't want to like
Beats.
break any rules.
I wish.
My Bose
I hope those
You might
work.
have to twist it around to see if you. Do you
Testing,
hear?
testing.
Do you hear?
Hey, I hear you.
Test. Oh wait,
Hello.
wait, wait.
Oh, nope. Hello, 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 hello. Can you hear
You
me?
might have to get your headphones. No, you might have to get your. You might have to
get
get
my
your
headphones.
headphones.
Yeah.
Get mine out.
What were we talking about?
Stand by. No, so
Whoa, hold on.
NFL cities.
Hold up.
I didn't forget because my mom brought it up the other day, and I was like, wow, like you're so right.
I should get the bottle.
I actually do need
We
a.
might need it.
He's at a refill.
Testing.
Need a refill. Really? Oh, turn it. Is it on?
Figure it out. Go, Andy.
Technical man.
I remembered my headphones.
He was playing Hard Knocks theme in the head.
I don't know why it wouldn't work, unless it has to be USB.
Unless it's broken. Hopefully, you guys can hear me on this podcast. That would be awkward. If you
Oh no, you can definitely hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I don't. Oh, no.
No.
Wait. No. Not
No.
gonna work.
Okay. We tried. I'm gonna keep them on, so it
Oh,
feels like
it was
I'm,
a Hard Knocks theme
I'm,
song.
I'm part of. It
Yeah,
feels like
there
I'm
you go. Keep
part
it
of
on.
the
Bum,
podcast
bum,
now.
bum, bum, bum. Basically, Pirates of the
No,
Caribbean.
so my mom.
Dun-dun-dun.
So my hometown, shout out Freehold, New Jersey, is the geographic center between Philly and New York. So my mom went to the. My sister lives in New York, so I'm like very exposed to what they have around their different facilities or their team stadiums. My mom went to Philly the other day because of the flower show or whatever, and it's right next to where the arenas all are.
Flower show.
Yeah, it's a big deal. I don't know. Philly has this like I don't know. Philly has this flower
know
show.
either.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, so she went and I said to her like, "Oh, where did you and my Aunt Jill go for lunch afterwards?" And she goes, "Well, there's nothing really there." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I guess you're right. Like I don't know if you guys have ever been, but like if from New Jersey you go over this bridge, you see the stadiums, but downtown Philly is like 10 miles away. There's like nothing else there. Like, so all this talk of like Jacksonville, Lot J can be like Atlanta. Can
Atlanta? We're comparing it to Atlanta?
well, no, but excuse me, what the Atlanta Braves have done with
Oh,
their
yeah, yes.
stadium.
I love
we
that
can-
area. That's
right,
amazing.
We could do one of those. If Philly hasn't done it yet, I mean, Jacksonville, if they actually do something even bigger, is even more progressive than Philadelphia, which is the 5th largest city in the United States.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty lit.
I've been to Philly, but I haven't really been to downtown Philly.
Yeah.
I was in that park. It's like a big park. That's as far as Philly as I've gotten.
Yeah, no, my mom said, she goes, it's so weird because like you're at the stadium and you're like, you see downtown like the skyline, but it's like 10 miles away.
Yeah, it's pretty far.
So she's like,
but it's so cool how all of their professional sports
They're
teams
all
are
right there.
boom, 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 right there. You can walk to all of them, but.
The Jacksonville, you can walk to every Jacksonville professional sports team with one
And
little
First
walk.
Coast News.
Yeah, with one little walk.
And intuition.
I feel like the best comparison, Jacksonville, like with their trying to become an actual downtown, a city with a downtown. I think Tampa's a good one. A good, like, you want to strive to be that because they have, but the negative with Tampa is Raymond James, where the Bucks play, is like
It's
in the
far.
middle of
A cornfield.
strip mall central.
A field.
And
I tailgated there.
I don't want
It
to
was
say, yeah, there's they got big fields.
Shout out
you
the
know,
Outback Bowl
to tailgate.
2019.
But
We've been there once.
if you go on the road, it's the ghetto.
Yeah.
And
Or I-4.
yeah,
So
and
it's
it's
like-
just not a very good place. But Jacksonville, if they did this right, you could leave the stadium and walk to the river and go eat something on the river. It's a very good setup. I don't know why it's taken this long.
It would be amazing to have a setup like the Atlanta Braves have with the high-rise apartment. Well, not high-rise, but they're apartments with like at least 10 floors. And bars like right there. There's several bars right there, right next to the Atlanta Braves Stadium. If we could have something like that right next to the Jag Stadium, that would be amazing for
We have
all the
intuition.
fans. Yeah, we have one. We
That
got
closes at 10 o'clock at night.
That
we
does
got
not sell
one
liquor.
bar right there, and it's a fucking. Ooh.
No, and you got the bar. And you got the bar next to the arena.
We're trying to
Why
get
I'm
that.
angry.
We're trying to get that
Appropriately
sponsorship.
named.
So, hey, Intuition, if you're listening, sponsor us.
I loved the Out East. It was awesome.
Sell liquor, chill. Yes, but I'm looking forward to the renovations. Looking forward to just them improving the amenities down there for fans at the Jag Stadium, because you leave the Jag Stadium,
You got to go home.
you got to go home. It's highway and industrial, a shipyard, and one bar.
Well, so that's the thing too, and like very different on the spectrum, but still similar. So Cedar Rapids, when I moved there, obviously a way smaller city, but similar to Jacksonville, had two downtowns, if you may. They have downtown where the bars and the restaurants and the businesses, whether you wanted to hang out there or not. They were still renovating it after a 40-year flood. That's another story. Anyways, then
40-year flood.
Well,
was this the Bible?
yeah, literally. They had 40 feet of flood. It was
40
feet of water. Yeah. Anyways,
Bible.
hitting truly.
Truly
Sorry,
hitting.
truly hitting. Sorry, Mom. No, 40 feet of water in 2008. The river overflowed.
Katrina.
No,
chill.
it was called just the 2008 flood.
Flood.
Yeah, just the flood. So yeah, it rained for 10 days, and
It's bad when it's
the
just called
river-
the flood.
yeah, and just the river overflowed. But like people who are from Cedar Rapids will tell you it was the best thing to happen because it kind of like forced them to start anew. And so when they started anew, they rebuilt most of downtown, which previously you probably kind of like Jacksonville, you wouldn't have wanted really to hang out at those bars. They were a little questionable. But then on the other side of downtown, it was called Bohemia District, and that was more like families and restaurants and stuff. But in the middle, there were warehouses, which pre-2008 were being used. Once the flood hit, they sat there unused for 6-7 years. So I moved there in 2015, and around 2015 was when they started saying that they were going to renovate all those warehouses into breweries, and they have since done so. So what's awesome is you've connected now those two downtown neighborhoods of 3 miles with breweries and the library and that's how I look at Jacksonville. Like I love Maxwell, but like some of the other stuff,
Maxwell.
I'm like some of the
Smells
other
great.
right? It smells, dude. At practice this morning, it was incredible.
Cooking.
I looked at Stuart
cooking.
Weber and I'm like, I didn't have my coffee, but I'm smelling it. I'm feeling good. But the point is like they connected those, and I feel like that's and there's that separate project
Sports
going on.
drives economy. You have to build around sports teams, whether they're good or bad. That's culture, and you have to build around that. And Jags have just not done that because, for whatever reason, and we haven't been good. But now, all of a sudden, we get the first round pick overall. Trevor Lawrence comes to town, and we have some promise. With
Your
Urban
video
Meyer.
I still watch whenever I find myself in times of trouble.
Which
one?
The one when he
The pinned one.
yeah, I freaking love it.
Oh, Urban Meyer.
With the
When he-
with the Was it Urban? Yeah, it was Urban
Yeah,
Meyer.
the selfie one where you're like, I don't know. In the Super Bowl.
You know what's funny?
Oh
Because I'm a
it's
very
incredible.
impromptu creator. I was listening to the song that I put to that video, and I was like, wow, these lyrics explain to the T the Jaguar season. So then when I got home, I edited that video to the song.
It was incredible.
Mia, can
Yes.
you pull your chair up a little bit?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we need to make sure I'm in the
Yeah. Thank you. I mean, this one you're fine.
for
You're
the
perfect.
video fans. For the video.
Looking forward to the content that comes out this fall. It could be crazy.
How
Oh, it's-
was
yeah.
so practice today was it's
Mandatory.
now mini camp.
Yep.
What's the difference between mini camp and OTA?
OTAs are on the field training something or other that are voluntary. They're voluntary.
Don't they stand for
workouts.
organized team
That's
activity?
it. Yeah.
But they're voluntary, and then
Yes.
mini
But
camp
it's quiz.
Mandatory.
is not training camp.
Correct.
What's the difference between mini camp and training camp?
Training camp, precedes the season itself. That'll be 2-a-days. That'll be, you're in the building 12 hours a day.
God, you got a good
We
eye.
just gotta press record.
You got a good eye.
I'll wait for him to. No. So mini camp is as much as it's mandatory, it's kind of your like prelude, if you may. So that's to kind of say like, hey, we're going to send you off on vacation, but before we do, here's some summer homework.
Okay.
Here's kind of like what, to expect when you come back to school. And we're going to,
Are
hit
they in pads?
they are not. Josh Allen had told us last week he thought they might be.
The pass rusher, Josh Allen.
Yes, not the good
The
trade-
good Josh
The
Allen.
good Josh Allen told us that he thought they might be. They were not on Monday. I can't speak for Tuesday. I don't know when this is dropping, but
Tonight.
excellent, good. Can't speak for Tuesday. We'll find out 9:45 a.m. tomorrow. But and I said this on the news last night. Until they have pads on, like. All we know is that we don't know. Like everyone, people love to ask me. I know it's one of your next questions.
Well, how do you know?
How
She
good
said
does
cheating.
Yeah, no. It's because Jeannie Blaylock freaking asked me in the makeup room last
Oh,
night.
of course she did.
How does Tim Tebow look? Everyone looks good in t-shirt and shorts if you're that yoked.
Except me.
No.
Oh,
Come
you
on.
look great.
You look great.
No, I'm saying like on a field, I'd look probably uncoordinated.
Oh, well, yeah, we saw
Yeah.
it. Did you see us run the 40 in the vlog?
Yeah.
Saw me
won.
fall.
I dusted
you didn't
him.
win. You didn't
was-
dust me. You can't dust me if I trip in 1 second in.
Yeah.
I was
we
really
need to
hoping
go on the
that
field.
you were gonna mash it up to Dilla's 40, but you're not a Jaguars podcast,
No, we're
so
not.
Not at all.
you couldn't mash them together.
Well, one day
He
we'll.
also ran everyone was running the 40 because Rich Eisen couldn't at the combine. So sad.
I would
COVID.
have dusted
'Cause there
him
wasn't
if I
one.
kept my feet.
Yeah, we're gonna run again.
Good.
We're trying to we want to get to
On
the,
the 14th,
Jaguars.
I was going to say the preseason game. Is that going to be the plan?
I don't know. I'm just trying to get on this field and run this 40.
We
Oh,
need to.
on the field.
We want to get somehow, just not with everyone there, but
Oh,
we
work
want
your
to.
Eric Dunn magic.
We want
Yeah.
to. I love pulling the
Hey.
Eric Dunn card.
Yeah.
Julian.
Oh, Julian Duncan, my dog.
He's
I
been
love
busy.
him.
He's been busy. I
My
don't like
dog,
bothering him.
I
It's
love
been
it.
busy. It's
He's
busy.
too busy taking his kids to Culver's. He
Golders.
loves, and then he calls me, and he tweets at me, and he's like, "Man, we went to Culver's tonight."
It's busy right now, but my plan is since we only have one home preseason game, like once that's over and we're on the road, get us on the field before the season starts. Let us run that thing before the field is ready for the first game.
Why don't we do
against
it
the
before?
Well,
Broncos.
I was going
Why don't
to
we
say,
do it
bring
before
this
they're
full
busy?
circle to your question about the difference between OTAs and minicamp. One's voluntary, one's mandatory. But after Wednesday, these players have the next 6 weeks off. And it is encouraged.
That's the deadest period
Yes.
of the whole year.
Correct. So that's why I'm saying you should run the 40 then.
Yeah, I
Because
think-
no one
yeah,
else
yeah.
is hanging
No
out
one
at the
will
stadium.
be there.
They're off
That's the
6 weeks
best.
after this week, you're saying?
After Wednesday.
After
Yep.
Wednesday?
Yep.
So we don't see them.
Until July 27th.
July 27th.
What? Oh yeah.
That's
July
the next
27th.
time that we'll see them.
That's when
And
training camp
that's when
starts,
mini-
and that's when Hard Knocks will be pulling up to Jags.
Their
Dun,
HBO,
dun,
their
dun.
HBO TV trucks.
Theoretically, yes. Theoretically.
man.
Theoretically.
So
So I'll hit them up after Wednesday.
what do you? So you're at mini camp. What is the? Well, I guess it's pretty much the same thing as OTAs because everyone was there for OTAs.
Yeah.
Everyone showed up.
Honestly, this morning I was looking out at the field and I was like, this feels like
It's just
the same
OTAs.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought they might have pads on and I was like, okay, maybe.
Yeah, that's upsetting because everyone wants to see what Tebow looks like because you see Tebow running around in shirts and shorts.
I want to see Tebow get hit.
What is? Yes, I do too. What does he look like? No, I want to see him hit. That's what I want to see. I want to see him run somewhere.
See him in the Oklahoma.
I was going to say, you want to see him on the 1 yard line pushing in for that touchdown.
No, I don't want any secrets given out. So I'll take that out.
Him versus Josh Allen on the line.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Or Caleb Vaughn.
Oh, well, he's got the Rona right now. So.
He'll dog Caleb Vaughn, I'm sure.
Chill.
I will say, I know this is not a Jaguars podcast, so we're not going to get into the weeds here, but sports reporter joke here. I asked Urban in the presser afterwards. I asked him, because Leon Jacobs, who has played linebacker the last 3 years, granted that's because the Jaguars played a 4-3 in previous years. I asked Urban, I'm like, so why is he with the defensive lineman? And he's like, oh, well, he's playing outside linebacker like Josh. And I was like, does he think I don't know what that is? And then he goes, so he's going to play outside linebacker because Caleb Vaughn's going to play like a Sam linebacker, and so is Leon, and so is Lorente McCray. And then went into this whole explanation of what the depth chart's going to look like. And I was like, wow. Like, here I was thinking, like, I was going to come out of this, like, he tried to make me, like, it's called outside linebacker. And instead it was, here's our whole, like, scheme.
Yeah.
Enjoy. And I was like, well, okay. Yeah. So yeah, that's camp.
What's the biggest difference you see this year compared to last year? Because so considering what we have to improve, what's your biggest takeaway? Like, whoa, this is different than last year.
Yeah,
is there number one?
With all the free agent signings and all that, it's a completely different roster now.
Well, I mean, the coaching staff too. Yeah. Like that's the biggest thing I would say.
Is that what you think?
Oh my God,
coaching
yeah.
staff?
The energy is so different.
I saw the Joe Cullen mic'd up.
He's incredible.
God.
I love him. He's just like Austin Lane.
I don't know how you bring that much energy every single day.
Austin Lane, ESPN 690.
Oh yeah, he's been on. He's been on
sweet,
here.
Cool. So you guys know who he. So Austin, of course, played for Joe Cullen when Joe Cullen was the defensive line coach here with the Jags. And
Urban stresses that every time.
I know. And straight up, it was the funniest thing. So Austin's at practice last week, and Joe comes up to him, and you're expecting, hey, how's the family? How's the new job? Blah, blah, blah. He just goes, Austin, remember Dallas in 2009? And Austin was like, the fuck?
2010.
Oh, 2010. There you go.
We kicked their ass.
There you go. Either way, Austin was like, yeah, man. He goes, we kicked their ass. And he's like, hi, nice to see you too. Been a while.
David Garrard had like 4 touchdowns. Mercedes Lewis had 3 or something. It was a great game. Oh my God.
No, but truthfully, like the coaching staff is what's most different. Like when they're stretching out and they're just doing their basic, like, the hamstring stretch or whatever, like,
That's
what I saw in the Jags story today. They just posted stretching.
Right, even if they're just doing like active dynamic warm-up.
Is she running the social media?
I feel like
stories?
Schlin, yeah. Schlin does a little bit, yeah. Schlin's got her phone out doing it. But anyways, like the craziest thing is as they're stretching, all the coaches, and maybe they did this previously and they just didn't stretch as close to the media, all the coaches are walking up and down the lines, high-fiving, hugging with everyone, chatting it up with every guy, and they try to talk to a different guy, it seems, every day, which I think is dope. That's one way to get to know everyone and, practice each other's names.
It's a family.
Yeah, it seems like a family. Like Urban Meyer, every time a player accomplishes something positive, Urban Meyer will post it to his Instagram story. He'll put it on Twitter. Yep. He loves the players, and it just seems it feels like he's been here forever. Right. It's so cool. And
it's like...
I love him so much.
And it's like, look, like I obviously had a great relationship with Doug Marrone. I think Doug Marrone's a great
I did too.
He was very cool.
I loved him.
Right. Everyone loved Doug. But Doug, I mean, it's so funny because they're around the same age, but like Doug would never be caught dead without social media, like with social media. Like that's just not, which now that he is coaching in college, I'm curious.
Yeah, when I did the IG Live draft party, he had to sign into my account and I had to sign into the Jags account to do the Instagram Live thing.
He like literally, he legit
He signed it to your Instagram?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
No, he legit, no kidding. Like, he, just doesn't register.
Imagine those DMs.
Chill.
Spread your
What up, Doug? Spread them cheeks, Doug.
Oh, my God. But point is, meanwhile, you got Urban, who's out here, like, on his kid's podcast, like, IGing from the Urban Meyer bar party. Like, what are we doing? Love it. But the point is like Doug used to like walk up and down the rows too, but it wasn't the high-fiving, slapping on the butt, like, let's go, let's have a good day today. Like, it definitely wasn't that. The other thing,
energy's different here.
Energy's different. And then the other thing, and I have said this now on like multiple media platforms, They have a PA announcer at practice.
Oh.
Yeah, like there's a guy yelling out, 2 minutes and 51 seconds until activation period.
Who is it?
30. No one knows. It's the voice behind the curtain.
Job application. I see that job posting.
I already said I'm coming back in my next life as the voice of Jaguars practice.
The voice.
He's the man behind the curtain, woman behind the curtain.
LinkedIn.
Right. He'll legit go
training camp.
30 seconds until, and then they'll be like 2 minutes, 2 minute cool down.
I can see how how Hard Knocks does.
You're stretching in here. 2 minutes left in stretching.
Literally.
You know how Hard Knocks highlights random ass shit for like a few minutes on each episode? I can see them doing a little thing on the practice PA
I think that's
announcer.
another reason that they're such a viable candidate. Viable. But no, I asked Marvin Lewis, I was like, or Marvin Lewis.
I was about to say,
I was like,
is he
hello?
in Jax?
Where he at now?
I asked Marvin Jones. I swear, it's because I'm
Truly hitting. That's 5%.
No, I texted Andy. I was like, I was supposed to be dieting this week, and now, well, okay.
I didn't hear dieting. I heard just being sober. It's cleansing.
That's a diet.
Cleansing. I'm going on vacation, so I was trying to be good. But here we
Truly,
are.
you're fine.
Yeah, so all I had today was like a salad and a protein shake. And then I had a BLT.
That's why
for
the
dinner.
Truly's hitting.
Right, I had a BLT for dinner, though, so I thought that might help. But I digress. Marvin Jones.
Yeah, love him.
Love him.
Fantasy
Love
god.
him. Freaking awesome.
Oh, man.
Great
I had
dude.
him 2 years ago. He ate.
Had him last year.
9 touchdowns in 3 of the last 4
Yeah,
years,
he's a
folks.
guaranteed.
I don't care who your
I don't
team
know
is.
about. I don't know about this year. That I don't want to get you off the track.
no,
but I don't
we
know
can go
about.
back to that.
I don't know
We'll
about
back.
this year because there's just too many weapons.
But defenses are going to be eyeing on LaVisca and Chark, and then
Oh, you think Marvin Jones gonna get
Marvin
it?
Jones going to be on the fly wide open?
And you're gonna get upset because we don't have an alpha tight end.
That's
He
fine.
becomes
His name's Tebow.
He's blocking.
Marvin becomes the security blanket for a rookie quarterback like Trevor. Although I think having 2 alpha running backs.
You want to think if Travis is there, ETN?
No. So that's the other. I think ETN was brought in to be the security blanket.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
Definitely.
But having Marvin, a 32-year-old, 31-year-old.
Yeah.
Don't say his age.
Veteran.
He's fine. He's good.
Oh, he complains. He goes, I'm upset we signed Tebow because I was
Yeah.
the oldest man on the roster, and now
Wow, I
I'm
saw that.
not.
Jeez.
And now I'm not. So, but anyways, I asked Marvin about the PA announcer, and I'm like, have you ever? He goes, no. I've never heard of another team in the NFL that has a PA announcer.
I wonder if
at
that was
practice.
Urban's deal. I wonder if that was his.
It
deal.
is
Sure
an
it
Urban.
was.
It's an Urban.
Urban's got full control.
You think
over
Ohio
everything.
State and Florida was running with a PA announcer? At
Maybe not
practice?
Florida, Ohio State. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Love it. I love it. I can't wait. Are fans going to be able to go to training camp this year?
To be determined.
The vlogs will be. We got to get a camera. We got to get a super zoom lens.
I think you got to stick a GoPro on me, and then you'll be able to like go back and forth.
Ooh.
Like, yeah.
I would love a little inside job.
Hell
there.
yeah.
Got that. If you got that like on my head.
Yes.
Little camera
And
on your hat.
People are like, Mia, what is that? Oh, don't worry about it.
Just a
Is that for First Coast News?
Accessory to my hat.
Go to the Google glasses with the little camera on it.
Sends me the weed transfer files. Thank you, Mia.
So how's Tim Tebow look?
Yoked.
Yeah, he does.
Yoked. Yeah. No, I mean, he looks yoked. I mean, I tweeted it out, and I know Twitter lost its mind.
Oh, yes. Well, I was going to say
They
that.
did,
So
they
you
did.
tweeted Tim Tebow. I got it word for word, so I don't want you to mess it up. Tim Tebow has caught every ball thrown his way. This was today, Monday, and doesn't have any drops today. So do you know what that does to me when you tweet something like that?
Well, especially when I talk about his balls like that.
He loves it. Oh, Andy loves it. Andy's been so Tim Tebow heavy.
It's weird. I don't know.
He's got him 91st in the NFL Top 100.
Okay, let me explain that.
I already said to Andy, I'm like, and you're going to have him 88, and you're going to have him 87.
And I'm going to...
Hey, we've had doubles. Still say him again.
But I can justify that because Tim Tebow is tight end. Tim Tebow is H-back. Tim Tebow is backup quarterback. It's possible.
Where?
But when we do this top 100, just know that when I put him at 91, it's
gonna reappear.
It's projecting how good he's going to be because we've had we have a rookie every year. We had Saquon Barkley. What was it last year? Joe Burrow made the list.
Yeah.
And that's just projecting. And I think because
We have Penei Sewell on this list.
he already put Penei Sewell on.
Hey, he's going to protect the hell out of Goff.
We might have, we're going to have multiple rookies this year, which is a first in top 100 off the dome.
Chris Sims, I know he's crazy, but he's got
Chris Sims is a little
Zach
crazy.
Wilson ahead of Trevor,
He
and he's got
does.
both of them in the top 25 in his rankings of quarterbacks in the NFL.
Oh, well, quarterbacks
Yeah,
in the NFL.
quarterbacks.
Oh,
yeah.
quarterbacks.
Yeah,
Zach
quarterbacks.
Wilson?
He's way high on Zach Wilson. And also, like, I can't read any Jets beat writers anymore because all they do is be like, Zach didn't like have any incompletions today. And I'm like, bitch, he's like a 22-year-old rookie. Like he has to have an incompletion or two. Like I'm watching Trevor, who's like the second coming of Jesus, and he has incompletions. Like what are, and he's
had pick sixes. Shit.
And Zach Wilson is running around with a bunch of scrubs on the field.
Jets need something to be happy about. So
Yeah,
I understand where they're coming from, but relax. We're kicking your ass after Christmas. I already know the schedule.
Happy New Year.
Oh,
the schedule is engraved in my head.
I brought it up in a staff meeting today. I was like, so when I go home for the Jets-Jags game, they all like looked at me and I was like, because I'm going home for it.
You guys had a meeting?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Well, no, it was just a sports department.
When the schedule came out, we were so mad that it was right after Christmas. I was like, come on.
Well, it's so dumb because they literally are playing the 26th in New York or in New Jersey. And then a week later, they're playing in Foxborough.
Yeah.
So, like I said, ideally, and I'm going to jinx myself when I say this, hopefully.
You just stay at home for the
I'll
week?
take the train up.
Good luck.
Go to Gillette.
How far is that train ride?
3.5 hours.
That's it?
Yeah.
Amtrak?
Amtrak, baby.
That'd be all right.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
Hey, if my family doesn't care about me leaving after Christmas, I might do that too. So
not?
It depends like how our season's going though.
Right. That's why if they're competitive, then absolutely, I think we have to do it.
Yeah,
like, I mean,
for sure. Because we should beat the Jets. And then, Bill Belichick versus Urban Meyer.
That was my pitch for Sunday Night Football.
Yeah,
but so, Jacksonville Jaguars, what is your prediction for this season? Not as a Jaguars podcast, but
not as a Jaguars podcast.
Taking into account Colts and Titans rosters as well.
Correct.
Both those teams brand new as well. Carson Wentz coming in, brand new.
Julio Jones coming in, brand new.
Jones.
Also, the Titans are going to run the ball. Like I don't know why everyone thinks all of a sudden they're going to be this like spread offense.
So the Colts.
They're going to run. What I'm scared about with the Titans, they're going to run the ball.
Right.
But I feel like they're going to run it so well that Julio Jones is going to run the most wide open he's run in his whole career.
Right, but they also just lost Jonnu and they lost Corey Davis. And so he's going to kind of fill both of those positions is how I view it. And that's one person doing two jobs, so he's going to be spread too thin, and that's my thought process.
Every year I'm like, Titans ain't shit.
I mean, my thing is, I want to be optimistic. Like
Titans.
17 game season.
Sorry, Mia.
Why am I a smoker?
Get a little tanked.
17 game season. I want to be optimistic. I want to say 9 wins.
I don't even know what that means anymore. Hold on. 9
and
what?
8.
9 and 8.
I want to say that.
God, you're good at math.
Close to 500. I think it's realistic. But of course, if I've learned anything the last 3 years, it's take the under.
Right.
Which is unfortunate.
No, yeah, me too.
I want to believe. Like, Hayes Carline said to me, I said to him, I look at him after practice from 1010.
He's a 1010 XL
reporter.
Sport. You got to listen to local radio, bro.
I don't listen to nothing.
If I don't
Sorry.
already, but I do.
You
I
should.
do their work. I do
She
work
was-
there already.
She was on the radio. She filled in on the local Jaguars radio show the other day, and I tuned in because I tune in.
I filled in for Frangie.
Yeah. He drives, so he.
So he doesn't drive.
He drives, so he has radio.
Right, that's right.
Yeah.
I stay home and do nothing.
That's right. Andy informed me that this morning because he goes like,
Oh, yeah, tell this story.
And he goes,
Because first I took his car to the grocery store the other day. I turn on his car, the radio comes on. I'm like, what the?
That was 95.2. That was 1010 XL.
Yeah.
92.5.
So,
Damn.
so I never hear any of this.
It was so funny though because I'm like, all right, like should I be bringing snacks, food, drinks? And he goes, well, I actually lost my ID the other day, so I haven't been able to go get alcohol. And I was like, okay.
We have plenty.
And then he goes, and I go, why couldn't Eric go get it? He goes, well, Eric doesn't have a car. And I was like, what?
But we have plenty.
Do
we stocked up when we first got here.
Do you have a driver's license?
Yeah.
So why don't you have a car?
I just don't want one. That's a story for another podcast.
Well, I will say this real briefly.
It's a financial thing.
Brief side tangent. My mom knows who Andy is because she used to bake him the brownies to sit at First Coast News by his desk.
Y'all friends.
Yeah, brownies, like those brownies, huh? No, I'm just kidding.
Chill.
But so I was like, I have to go to Andy's. I'm filming the podcast, and then my mom goes, "Who does he do podcasts with?" And I was like, "Oh, well, his best friend Eric." And then she goes, "What does Eric do? Is he a Jaguar reporter?" And I was like,
I don't know what he does.
Kinda.
I was like, Eric. I'm like, I could tell you he's like an entrepreneur.
I'm a mystery.
I was like, he's like a model.
I model on the side.
I was like, he's in commercials sometimes.
What did you say? I model, I act, I voice. We had a saying. I can't remember where we were. You're like, on a
podcast?
No, I think it was at Cleveland. You're like, what do you do?
I don't remember. You're asking me what I said in Cleveland, or we're absolutely blacked all weekend. 12-hour open bar at a Jags party. You think I
With
remember?
Michael Irvin.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Smith.
Michael Irvin at the strip club.
Yeah, I don't know.
Still can't believe
I
that.
tell people something different every time. I don't even know what I do. I'm just out here living. I tell them Dunn and Drew, though. That's what we do.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Where are we at?
I don't know.
I forgot what we were talking about.
Jags.
Oh, your season
over, under.
prediction.
Yeah, so I said 9 wins, but I would take the under.
Yeah, I would do
said 7.
500. I would do 500 if it was a normal season.
Yeah.
But I would go, since it's not, I'm gonna go the under. So what is that? 8, 9?
Yeah,
I got
8,
it.
9.
I got us winning 7 or 8.
There you go.
Yeah. And
I think the tough part is that the first part of the schedule
It's easy.
is so easy.
Yes, it is.
But like the concern is
except the Cardinals. That's a little
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah, and people will tell you the Broncos, but that's going to be. Allegedly, their defense is so good and one of Vic Fangio's best. I don't know, whatever.
Is Von Miller playing? Is
Bradley Chubb, like
I don't know.
allegedly, they're like, oh, our corners are so good. I'm like, well, Patrick Surtain. Patrick Surtain will be playing in his second ever game.
who?
Yeah.
I can't even hear any of this. That's the best.
Oh, you can't. That's
No,
right.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like.
That's why I was imitating. I was like,
I'm just seeing you press the buttons, and I'm like,
Sorry.
one was a snooze, one was a who, and you said
Love
Patrick Surtain. Nobody knows.
right?
him.
No one knows who. So yeah. So I don't know.
At least Texans easy dub. Broncos should win.
In theory.
Yeah.
Cardinals, I think
If
we're
we lose
losing.
the Texans, count me out.
Cardinals,
for the
I
rest
think
of the season.
Cardinals, I think we're losing, and then we have
You're gonna tank again for another Trevor.
we have Bengals,
Oh, God.
Titans, Dolphins, I think,
Yep.
or yeah.
and Dolphins are.
I want revenge on the Dolphins after last year. My
That was
God.
the
Oh my
That was
God.
so
I was
embarrassing.
so
Bro.
hyped for that game. Like,
was-
I'm
So was
went-
I was like, oh, we're gonna run them boys. Ryan Fitzpatrick ran us.
yeah. So
I was
that's the
doing
problem,
Jags at
though.
home too, so I had to watch every single game
Oh
last
right,
season.
you couldn't even go.
Yeah, I watched every single game though. Like I had to, be a in studio host every single game, and we went 1-15. So that was very.
Yeah, we won't
tough.
be having you do that again.
It was very tough to
No,
put
you'll
on.
be going
put,
to the
put on
games
this
and
smile.
actually enjoying it, but
Yeah. This season will be 10 times more exciting for
right.
sure.
But no, so that's the issue. Is like the first 6 games are winnable.
So we're last year.
right. And so that's why I'm like,
Damn.
It ain't last
because
year.
I mean, you would like to hope that this is
Thank
a
you.
younger team, like we said. I mean, Marvin Jones, Tim Tebow are the 2 oldest guys on the team. So you would like to hope that by mid-season, end of the season, that's when they're really
You
hitting
think-
their stride. But I don't know.
Here's another prediction. Does Tim Tebow make the team? Wow. See, me, I'm like, yes.
So my
Well,
thing
you're all in on
is,
him.
I'm convinced that the Jags are going to run 10 personnel every time. Like 4 wide receiver sets, just reckless abandon. They're going to feel
Is that one running back or one tight end? One running back,
one
right?
running back, yeah. But basically have a track team out there. Like that's because the way that they've been able to sign free agent wide receivers since Marvin Jones. I mean, they added that Pharaoh Cooper cat. He's super good so far. That John Villa Johnson guy, he had like 4 or 5 catches today. He looked awesome.
They do have a nice roster
He's the
of
fastest
receivers.
dude on the team. They've still got Philip Dorsett, who I don't think is even going to make the team. So
Damn,
that's
really?
where
Not even as like a special teams guy.
Nah, and they're going to split ETN out wide.
Yeah.
And so that's where I think
Get Trevor
They're
in the
gonna
freaking
keep-
shotgun.
right.
Get him
Well,
in
no,
the
but so
pistol.
that's the thing is, are they going to keep
Pistol.
7 or 8 wide receivers and then only keep,
Ready? What
and
do
then
you,
only keep
What's
3
his
tight
cadence?
ends?
I don't. I was about to say, what is his cadence?
Who?
Trevor's.
Trevor's? Ooh,
You know it?
I don't even know. So loud at the so
Say it,
loud
hood.
in Death Valley.
That's it. Said hood.
Ready? I'm gonna look it up.
Go find it. But the thing is like,
shut up.
if they keep 7 or 8 wide receivers.
Oh, 8 I thought you said 8
or 9. That would be nice.
I was like, who's 8
If they keep 7 or 8, then the issue is going to be they can't keep that many tight ends, and therefore that's one less spot for Tebow. Chris Manhurts is going to make the team.
But
O'Shaughnessy is going to make the team. And
O'Shaughnessy, I like O'Shaughnessy.
O'Shaughnessy's dope. And then they really are high on Ben Ellefson. But then there's plenty of people that will tell you that Tyler Davis kid, if you cut him, he's going to get claimed by somebody and they're going to turn him into Travis Kelce.
Who's this?
That Tyler Davis kid that they drafted last year, like super, super raw talent. He only played tight end 2 years in college, but he's like massive. And so there are people that will tell you that if the Jags cut him, he'll get claimed by somebody and then he'll become Travis Kelce 2.0, and then the Jags will regret it. So then there's also talk of like, you got to put him on the practice squad. And that's where it's a numbers game. Because then you also got that Luke Farrell kid that you just drafted too. So you got to account for him as well. So, I mean.
Ohio State guy.
Right. And so then you got Manhurts, O'Shaughnessy, and Farrell. You know, where does that leave Timmy? But.
Too much in the weeds here.
But like he said, Tim Tebow could play multiple positions. And
you took the words out of my mouth. Yes. And that's where some people say his spot is already secure because. He's going to be playing multiple positions. It's fine. They're only going to keep 2 quarterbacks. He'll be.
Tim Tebow will be used at the 1 yard for 1 yard gains and goal line stands. So.
Correct.
So this episode has turned into your HBO Hard Knocks preview show. If and when Hard Knocks decides to come to Jacksonville, you want to listen to this episode to get all the details on the players, the coaches, the reporters, everything you need to know. Maybe we'll make an appearance. We did get on Hard Knocks. When was that?
You guys are going to run the 40 on the field.
That would be amazing.
We have a lot of to-dos to do this summer coming up before the season starts. And yes, we were on Hard Knocks a few years ago, and the Bucks preseason game, I think it was. You can catch that on youtube.com/Dunn and Drew. But I think we should be in the forefront of the HBO Hard Knocks talks. So hopefully we get it. Because we need all the attention on the Jags this season. It only helps us. Not a Jags podcast, clearly from Andy's shirt, but we like to talk about them. They're an interesting team. Just like
I really need a tank for Trevor tank. I'm just like looking at it.
What color do you want? We have a lot. We have a teal. We have
teal.
A lot of colors.
Black is, I think, the best.
Black is the best. That's the one you have.
Not to wear to the games though.
Black tank isn't going to do anything. Don't buy into that. If you're wearing a black sweater versus a white sweater. If you're wearing a black long sleeve versus a white long sleeve.
I'm talking about wearing the merch. I'm talking about wearing the merch to the actual tailgates and games.
Okay.
I'm a sweating pig.
If you change that color to black, that's not going to make one iota of a difference how hot you feel. All right.
Visually.
Should we do Manscaped ad before top 100?
I was shocked you guys haven't done any ad reads. I brought pretzels, but you have better snacks. Do you want your better snacks, Andy, or do you want the pretzels that I brought?
Snacks.
We can do Manscaped.
You gave me snacks last time I was
Hummus?
here. No.
Oh, no. It depends on what's stocked. You can go, if you're hungry, go get something. Because while he does the ad read, because I have to pee.
I'm going to be here by myself.
Thank you.
Well, you guys have just listened to the Jaguars rant, but you guys know Dunn and Drew is brought to you by Manscaped. Come on, every episode, you already know. Summer's coming, y'all. June 20th, I said at the beginning of the episode, summer is coming. That's the first day of summer officially on the calendar. Are you ready to unveil your beach bod? Well, you're in luck. Our friends at Manscaped just launched their 4th generation performance package, which includes this lawnmower 4.0. You heard that right. The 4.0. We're not talking about the 3.0 anymore. We upgraded one more number. Complement your dad bod or your six-pack with a trim from the leaders in male grooming. The sun is shining and calling your name, fellas, unless you live in Florida because it's hurricane season. But join the 2 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped and get ready for hot guy summer by going to manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping with the code Dunn and Drew. That's the Manscaped Performance Package 4.0. Inside the package, you'll find this Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm showing it to the camera right now. If you're not watching on YouTube, go to manscaped.com. I'm sure it's on the home page. In this performance package, you'll find the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, the Weed Whacker ear and nose trimmer that I use very frequently, as you guys know, the Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant, the Crop Reviver Toner, and the Performance Boxer Briefs, and a travel bag to hold all your Manscaped products. Before you head outside, use the Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant to keep your balls on the game in the heat. Then after trimming your fucking bush and whacking the weeds in the heat, give your beach balls a boost with the Crop Reviver. That's the little spray. It's an easy spray. I use it occasionally. More of a fan of the ball deodorant, but it is what it is. Use whatever product you want. Manscaped even threw in 2 free gifts to their Performance Package 4.0, the Manscaped Boxers and the Shed Travel Bag. So bring your comfort and your boxers to another level. Go to manscaped.com. Use the code Dunn and Drew at checkout for 20% off and free shipping. Summer's on its way, boys. Get them balls trimmed. You don't want that sweat to catch up in that hair because you will smell like a nasty motherfucker. So get that Performance Package 4.0. 4.0. Manscaped.com. Code Dunn and Drew. You already know what it is. Manscaped, shout out. Woo! Boy, yo, this beer was good. Very
it hits.
good. It was
I actually got that from
No, you're good.
got it from Ryan Day, Big Cat Country.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he rolled through town the other day and he was like, "Here's a 6-pack. Let's do a beer swap." And so I had some beer from. Have you guys been up to Fernandina Beach yet?
No,
Okay,
I've
so
only been to Amelia Island.
Okay, so they just opened up 2 new breweries, like literally during the pandemic, right on the main drag in Fernandina. So the one's called Mocama. Really good, like stouts and lagers there. The other one is called First Love. I prefer that one only because it's got like the IPAs and the Goldens and Belgians. And so, anyways,
I'm a Belgian and an ale guy.
okay. So yeah, so First Love is probably more for you. My issue with them is that they don't open until 5:00 every day, which is just dumb. But the other one is open up earlier. So I had that. So I swapped some of the Mocama Ruby Rosa for, not to be confused with Aldrich Rosas, Andy's favorite player.
Now he's my least favorite player in the league. What a shame.
Sad.
Aldrich Rosas, man, he wasn't even that good on the Giants.
I know. And didn't he like beat his wife or something?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure. You dropping the tea?
That was public.
Pretty sure.
Wow.
It was public. I must
Pretty sure that's. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Wow.
Pretty sure.
Come on, Lambo. You got to fucking make all your kicks in practice.
Yeah, he missed like 2 back-to-back, and I was like, what is going on here?
He just feels the pressure.
We've traded the Trulies for pretzels, y'all. So if you hear me chomping,
Oh, boy.
don't be alarmed.
Well, I've got Crown under my seat, so I'll always be pouring till the episode's over.
I'll just mute your mic whenever you're chewing.
All right, is Mia going to join us for Top 100 off the dome?
So we do this every year. Top 100 players off the dome.
Let's
you have
go.
NFL Network's top 100 players. It's ass.
Snooze.
It's ass.
NFL Top 100. Boo. We want Dunn and Drew's
Boo.
version.
So we do our own version. This is if you're new listening to us.
I'm good.
I feel like I gotta try a little bit, as much as.
There you
Oh,
go.
yeah.
Well, I need a cup.
get a-
Let me go get a cup. I
I was
just want to try.
kidding. I'm not
I need some ice cubes.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got
Jameson. We got Jameson cups stacked there.
I can
Yes.
get them, but help yourself.
And then, get ice. Or, you can get Jameson, you can get Crown.
We
you
got-
can
Oh,
get,
you got cubes. You're good.
we
Yeah,
got
we got-
Terramana tequila. We have red wine in the fridge.
Why are you so worried about not having alcohol?
Because I didn't know if you wanted liquor or beer. So I just wanted
Yeah, she
I'm
came.
just gonna
No,
have a
crazy.
little bit on the rocks. Just,
She came prepared with
just to
the
say
beer.
I did. I just want to say I did.
So every year we do our own version of Top 100, but we do it completely off the top of our head, and it turns out to be probably better than NFL's when they pull the players who only vote for their friends and teammates. So what the hell is that? So here we go.
Our list gets roasted every year.
Here's what I'm gonna go by I'm gonna go through the last 10. So here we go. So you need to know this too because
Yes, so I don't pick Tim Tebow 8 times.
Yes, so you don't double up on.
What if I
something.
want to? I'm just kidding.
You can pick Tebow. That's fine with me. Just don't double up on anyone else. 100, Jonnu Smith. 99, Kenny Golladay.
Laugh.
98, Orlando Pace.
I didn't tell y'all this because I said this after the podcast last week. I said I meant Orlando Brown.
But
Right.
once you say
Yeah,
something,
once you say it, it's yeah.
it's here.
But that made
Not gonna lie, I saw Orlando Pace and I went, "Oh, good, Orlando Brown's still on the board."
but it made for great content on social media. People were like, Orlando Pace. He's in the Hall of Fame right now. Retired. We have one retired player at least every year.
That's good. That's
off
good.
the dome. It's
We love
hard.
We love it.
97, Miles Jack. 96, Penei Sewell. 95, Curtis Samuel. 94, Christian Kirksey.
Go Hawks.
That's my boy.
Okay. 93, Darius Slay. 92, Jarvis Landry. And 91, Timothy Richard Tebow.
Yes.
So,
We're
90.
We're doing 90 to 81 today. 10 more players.
And we will start with our special guest. Mia, take it away. Number 90. Who you got?
Off the dome. Stall as much as you need to. That is our specialty.
The 90th
you
best
have plenty of
player
time.
in the National Football League
Dun, dun,
is
dun, 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 dun.
Teddy Bridgewater, quarterback
Oh.
for the Denver Broncos.
This list is... Are you typing or am
I was
typing?
going to, but go ahead.
I got it.
Teddy Bridgewater at 90. That's interesting. Did he start last year? Oh, yeah,
Yes,
Panthers,
for the
right?
Panthers.
Yes. He is now Broncos starter, and he's
And-
going to get wrecked by Trevor.
And now he's 90th
And he
best
might not even
player.
start because allegedly Drew Lock is still going to be the starter, which I don't buy.
Oh,
Yikes.
I don't buy that either. Sometimes we look at the NFL logos.
Just to remind yourself of the team
yes,
names. I'm
just-
here for that.
just
I'm
to-
here for that.
Just to see who's, on the teams and stuff.
Yeah, I feel that.
We're not great with defensive players.
Or linemen. So if you have
Happens.
any linemen
Oh,
that you know,
I got some linemen.
please
Yeah,
fill us
I
in
got
with some
you.
linemen.
I got you.
Teddy Bridgewater, 89. Is it me or you?
go for it.
All right, 89. We're going to go with, let me look at these logos real quick. Am I going offense or defense here?
Go offense.
Offense.
No, go defense.
Defense.
I just went offense.
Thank you. It doesn't matter. We'll go 10 straight offense. It's our list. We say what we say. I'm going to go Miles Sanders. I think he is very underrated in this league, and he's got a lot to prove. And Andy has Eagles win NFC East up there.
That's with an asterisk.
Wow.
I'm changing my mind.
what?
It's the Cowboys. I need to.
You also have the Chargers winning the AFC West. Let's talk more
Is
about
that
that.
an asterisk?
No, Chargers are winning the AFC West.
Oh, he's
Wow.
all in on
Chargers are winning the AFC West, but the
Justin
Eagles.
Herbert.
Yeah, but the Eagles are not winning the. I need to rearrange that. That's the Cowboys.
Miles Sanders still, though.
I feel like
Great
that
running back.
Chargers defense, though, is basically made of glass. Mostly
Every year.
Derwin James.
Derwin James,
Yeah, mostly
Melvin
Derwin James,
Ingram.
yeah.
That's all I know.
Dudes that, Joey Bosa, dudes that always get hurt.
God,
Every
nice.
year, the Chargers just.
They have a great defense on paper, and then they all get hurt.
Yeah, it's weird.
Same
It's
with
like,
their offense.
it's like the Cowboys on offense,
Yeah.
and then it falls through.
Yeah. Give me a position, and I'll right then and there. I got you. one.
Offensive
Safety.
lineman. Offensive lineman.
He only
No,
knows
you're-
David Bucketar.
That's what I was going to say.
At 88?
Oh, you better
At
not.
88?
I was going to say it further along.
Okay,
Yeah, I was gonna say
okay.
further
Well, I
along.
hope
Don't
you're
worry. I
here
don't
for
want to mess
top
up. I don't
10.
want to mess up.
You coming back for top 25?
Yeah.
Because that's the only time you saying Bakatari's name on this podcast.
He went on an offensive lineman run last year.
Really?
I did a little studying before our last.
Whoa,
He was
whoa,
ready. He was
whoa.
ready.
Admitting
can-
to cheating.
No. You can
Yeah,
study.
yeah, you can't study. It's off the dome. If you study, that's not off the dome.
I can't believe you
I
have
studied-
Miles Jack at 97. Like, dude could have made a Pro Bowl last year.
I studied before.
So not me, not me.
Like this list is sacred. I studied before the podcast. I didn't study on. I didn't look at names.
That's
not off the dome anymore. All right.
Because if you're studying before the podcast and you're ready to say a name,
I didn't mean like I didn't mean like I was studying right before the podcast. I meant like a day before.
a day before.
A day
That means
before.
you're still ready for it.
How
Andy
for
at
me,
number 88.
at number 88, I have.
She said lineman. I said safety.
Okay, so I got two choices.
We both said. Oh, never mind. Tanked.
Safety,
God, that
lineman,
mango was good.
O lineman. Shit. I can name a few O linemen. Am I going with this guy right here?
I don't know. Are you?
What guy?
Quentin Nelson.
No, don't
No.
because if you say
He's an
one,
all-pro.
if you say one that I'm thinking of, It's gonna ruin it.
Well, that's the only one I know, so I'll never do that.
I got it. I know his name, but he might be not. He might be better than this, but I'm gonna say him anyway.
It's all good.
It's fine.
We have Orlando Pace on.
He's the. I don't want to describe him because that's gonna ruin it. Because I feel like I have to be able to say his name.
This is how Andy stalls.
I have to be able to say his name. Fuck. I gotta pivot. I gotta call an audible because I can't remember his name.
He's about to give
Trent
us a
Williams.
receiver.
Hey, there we go.
Washington. 49ers.
49ers.
Jesus.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, he's on
49ers,
Niners
right?
now. Threw him in the bag. Mia, your turn. 87. We got 87th best player in the NFL. AFC, NFC, defense, offense.
Yeah, so this one is either going to be wide receiver or running back.
Wow, she's doing exactly what we did.
Yeah, sorry. I think both could have breakout years.
This is exactly.
Or they might be at 87.
But she actually has players in her mind. Unlike
What would
her.
you prefer, the running back or the wide receiver?
It's up to you.
Looking
do
at
the
our
running back.
list.
Running backs need to be lower on the list anyways, right? Isn't that how this works?
Sure, go with running back.
Yeah.
Chase Edmonds, running back, Arizona Cardinals.
Okay, so you're projecting.
Chase Edmonds. We would have never.
He would have never made the list.
Never would
He's
have
going to
made
be
the
the lead
list.
running back in Arizona this year. He's going to be the new David Johnson.
David Johnson.
And David Johnson is allegedly better than Fred Taylor. At least Twitter told me that this morning.
Sheesh.
I saw that too.
In history or?
No,
their
some like
careers or
CBS
recently?
poll or something. I don't know. By the way, when I stood up during the commercial, I love that you really can see the IKEA sign.
IKEA.
Yeah.
How wild is that?
That's where this is from.
Wild. Half my furniture is too. I love it.
Just need a couch. 86th the best player in the National Football League comes from one of these 32 teams. Wow. I'm going to have to say it is Tom Brady. I'm saying whoa. Yeah, let me back that. Let me defend myself. Tom Brady has an elite defense and a slew of offensive weapons. Without those, where would Tom Brady be? 86. Put Tom Brady on the. Let's see what we got here. Falcons. Put Tom Brady on the Falcons. You going to the Super Bowl? Is he taking that?
But what's Matt Ryan?
Were you
then?
that pressed for a name?
What
that
is
you
Matt
had to,
Ryan then?
You ain't making the list.
Were you that pressed for a name that you had to do the most popular name in the league?
Is that the most popular name?
Duh. Tom Brady.
Don't come at me. Andy likes to come at my picks. But Tom Brady is not
All right.
top 70.
Okay.
85. I mean, you can't. What more appropriate player to put at 85 than the one who wears 85?
Oh, that's great.
Tim Tebow.
Tebow again.
Give me.
It's funny. I didn't even know his name. His number. You need me to send you a pic of the logos?
No, I know the logo. I know the teams.
Okay,
I'm going
sorry.
Ravens right now.
Oh, Ravens. Wow.
Yeah.
Off the dome.
Yeah,
Ravens.
I'm going. Eric Weddle. No, we did that last year, and he was retired.
Eric Weddle was
Wait, he
number
is retired?
100.
I didn't even realize.
Yeah.
He was number 100.
Neither
last
did we.
year.
Wow.
We always have a retired player, rookie, or a guy in the Hall of Fame.
Happens.
Who are the Ravens safeties?
Ravens safeties.
Yeah, who are the Ravens safeties?
I know they're corner. No, he's not there anymore.
It's okay.
I think who it is.
Give me a Ravens player.
Calais Campbell.
Yikes.
That's who I was gonna say.
J.K. Dobbins.
Oh yeah, that's
J.K. Dobbins.
going to be a lead tailback this year.
Should be.
Although they might sign what's his face, Melvin Gordon.
Mid.
Give me
Willie Snead.
No, I got it right
That's
here.
a good one.
No. No, that's not a good one.
Give me
Those are random players for in the 80s. That's a good one.
I don't know anybody on the Ravens team, honestly.
Besides Calais.
Right. And Lamar. Yeah.
Hollywood Brown.
Oh, yeah. Pick him.
No, I got a name.
T. Higgins.
From the Bengals.
Yeah, we're not supposed to help, so.
Yeah, why are you doing this?
You're not going to pick the guys I'm saying.
Yeah, that's the problem. Because what if I
Well,
thought
again.
of the same person?
I'm gonna look at the Browns again. Okay.
There you go. Look at him deep.
This is bad.
This man's got his eyes closed.
This is
He's about to
bad.
conjure up a name. Conjure up a
Give
name.
me
He's about to say.
Jonnu Smith.
He's about to say.
We already had him.
He's already on the list. He's 100.
What am I gonna do?
You
Henry.
can't put him twice.
Hey, I fucked up. He's on the
No,
list.
just put Hunter Henry. He's the other one.
Oh, that's who I meant.
Hunter Henry. Okay.
Okay, Hunter Henry. We made it.
God, this is gross.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
I'm gonna go tight end.
Oh,
I just did.
back to back. It don't matter.
Oh, sorry.
It don't matter.
Oh,
Off the dummy.
David Njoku.
Okay, he's mid. But you said it.
Is he better than Jonnu Smith?
I don't know.
It
I guess
doesn't
he's
matter.
gonna be playing in that Cleveland Browns offense.
All right. I got to save this list, y'all. We got 3 more players, and this is my final pick of the evening, day, whenever you're listening. The 83rd best player in the NFL is Joe Hayden.
Yeah, that's a good one. Good
Is
one.
it? Is
Yep.
he still in the
Still
league?
top 100?
No, that's a good one. I like that.
I'm about to look him up.
Yeah, I like that.
I said it, but I need
Is
to
it?
look him
Yeah,
up.
I like that.
He is on
Wasn't
Steelers?
it?
the
It wasn't it-
Steelers.
Oh no, that's my turn already.
Yeah, it's your turn again. We went quick.
He had 52 tackles, 2 interceptions last year. I think that's worth
that's fine.
83.
Yeah, it's fine.
I was nervous saying that. I thought he was
Yeah, it's fine.
retired.
Give me. I went offense last time. Got to go defense. Give me. Who's sacking
Why
the
you
quarterback?
nutting?
Chandler Jones.
Ooh,
Chandler
okay.
Jones. Ooh.
Is that too low?
I don't know. I don't
know how
I'm
he
not
performed
familiar
last
with
year.
the Cardinals defense.
But
You
that's a
know-
lineman.
You
and
know what
that's
we're
defense.
gonna do? You know what we're gonna do?
What are you gonna do at 81?
81.
J.J. Watt.
Why we pissed? Back-to-back Cardinals D lineman.
Had to do it on you.
God, our
JJ
graphics
Watt.
designer's gonna be sick.
He's like, what is this list? And then he's got to like.
Blame it on the crown. Blame it on the Truly.
He's
Put
got
on
to
the pencils.
edit JJ Watt.
Rancels.
Snyder. It's Snyder's fault.
I can't.
Any NFL players named Snyder? Put them at 80.
So Madden. So there's your top 100 or whatever. So Madden. Did you see Madden's promo tweet for Madden 22?
Yes, I did.
Oh my
23,
God,
22.
I did not.
They
Send me stuff.
they
DM me.
I do DM you on Twitter. You don't respond.
You don't send me the stuff you're talking about now. You send me like bullshit,
relatable
relatable tweets.
So Madden tweeted a promo video for the next Madden, and they have a video of Peyton Hill. Was that Peyton Hillis? Anyway, there were 2 goats. So there's gonna be it's gonna
He's a
have
goat.
There's gonna be 2. No. There are 2 goats in the video. So there's gonna be 2 players on the cover.
Like 2010 with Fitzgerald
Peyton
and
Hillis and
Palomalu.
Tom Brady.
Yeah, it's going to be Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady because the one goat was a little bit smaller and the other goat was bigger, and they were just in the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah,
It's going to be Peyton Hill. It's going to be Peyton Hills.
No, it's going to be Peyton Hillis. and Tom
Mahomes
Brady.
got wrecked.
He did.
It's going to be Mahomes and Brady on the
That
cover.
offensive
so.
line. Notice none of his offensive linemen are here.
No,
Because
they're
they brought
not.
in. Oh no, Orlando
They-
Pace.
they-
Orlando Pace is now his offensive
Oh,
line.
Orlando Pace. Yes, he's his new left tackle, right?
You had to bring in somebody to
Yeah.
help save him.
Well, that is our 80.
Oh, you didn't put him in. Write him in.
Who's 81?
J.J. Watt.
JJ. Oh my.
Yikes.
I'm
But
sick.
we're projecting, so maybe
We're
she'll
projecting. Yeah,
she'll be right.
Maybe he comes alive this season. Yuck. I'm sick. Hey, I want to say I apologize for posting the graphics too early last week. Somebody messaged me. They were like, hey, I listened to the podcast a day after you posted it, so could you not spoil it? Because I need time.
You did post it pretty soon.
I did.
Maybe wait a few days.
I just love content, like getting it out there. I'll wait
It's your job.
till Wednesday, I guess, or Thursday. I'll pick one. But top 100 off the dome, we're grinding. Or we've got our 100 through 81 so far. Thank you, Mia, for participating.
The lists
in this
have been
week's.
better.
They have been.
They've been better, but
And
they've also
Tebow's
been,
on this one.
they've
though.
also been worse.
They have, and we have 80 more picks to redeem ourselves. So it's a grind. NBA or Rants, Raves, and Reviews?
I think we have to. Get an NBA. What's your timeline?
I'm just chilling. I probably should start drinking water since I'm gonna have to drive home at some point.
We got plenty of that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Where we got the water?
In the fridge.
Okay.
On the fridge.
dispensary.
On the fridge. Dispensary.
All right,
fridge.
so we'll start NBA. So what's your take on NBA? I know Chris Paul dropped. Oh no, I meant through the water dispensary. Chris Paul dropped 37.
He did. Chris Paul is proving Chris Paul is proving everybody wrong that doubted him after the Houston and who did he play after that? OKC runs that he had. Reggie Miller, after the Suns swept the Nuggets last night, said that people wrote Chris Paul off, and I tweeted that. I don't remember that, but I guess I didn't pay attention because some people replied to me. They were like, yeah, people were saying that his contract was overrated or whatever the hell they said. Look at my mentions. I don't know. But I never writ Chris. I never wrote Chris.
I never writ Crows.
It'll mock me. I never wrote Chris Paul off. I just never liked him because he always played my Spurs and always killed us. So it was more of a personal thing. I never said he was a bad player, that he was washed or anything like that. I just didn't like him because he would always kill my team. But as you see on this board right here, I predicted Suns-Nets finals before playoffs started. I predicted Suns before the Suns-Lakers series, before any injuries the Lakers had. Before Chris Paul was even injured in that series, I said Suns are legit, and here we are with the Suns in the Western Conference Finals, going to play the Jazz or the Clippers. That's probably on right now.
Wow, you projected the second seed to get to the finals.
I'm more so impressed that you projected the Nets, even though they have all those injuries too now.
Well, yeah, I didn't know that was going to happen.
Might be the Bucks, baby.
So it might be an asterisk. I hope the Nets don't make it to the finals because I would love to see an Embiid Giannis Eastern Conference Finals. But
I heard that on the radio today. Did you know Embiid is 7'1", 280 pounds?
No.
I didn't either. I don't believe that. I
what
was
do
like,
you weigh?
what?
I am 260.
And you're
6'5".
Yeah. Fuck. That's insane.
Yeah. But I know Suns were second seed, but so many people did not believe in them, to even make it this far. But I just took what I knew about what happened in the bubble last year with them winning 8 straight to end the bubble, not making the playoffs. And then they added Chris Paul. I was like, yo, this team is going to be legit. Yeah. And they added little instrumental pieces. Suns are legit. They're a fun team. And I hope they win the West. But whoever they play, whether it's Clippers or Jazz, I think it's going to be a fun Western Conference Finals.
It will be.
No matter
fun
who they play.
storyline to look for if it is Suns and Sixers. Mikal Bridges, originally drafted by the Sixers. His mom worked for the Philadelphia 76ers, and then he got traded on draft night to the Suns.
The Suns? Wow.
Revenge,
Inside info.
The most revenge game there would ever be. I just thought about that off the top of the dome.
That's awesome.
If it is Sixers-Bucks, I think Sixers will win that.
For the Eastern Conference,
Yeah. If Embiid stays healthy, they're going to win that.
Yeah.
Because I think Embiid and Simmons are generational players. And
what redemption would that be for Doc Rivers? To be like, ha, 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 screw you.
Exactly. I said that before the playoffs started. I was like, Doc Rivers and Embiid both have something to prove.
Yep.
Doc Rivers has
Ben Simmons
always
been
eliminated. Yeah. Doc Rivers has always been eliminated, but he's always gotten there. Embiid is always talked about as this great player, this great center, but he's always hurt. And he's finally actually healthy this postseason. And if he can get to the finals versus the Bucks versus Giannis, I think they beat him because Giannis has no bag.
He doesn't.
He doesn't. he's dribble in front of you and take it to the rim every time.
Who's his sidekick? Chris Middleton? Come on, America.
Chris Middleton and Brent Forbes.
Bad timing for that take because he did go off the other
He
night.
did.
Chris Middleton went absolutely off.
He did.
That shot he made over 3
remember
defenders.
When they threw the bag
Oh
at
my
Drew
God, that
Holiday?
was
I like
crazy.
Drew Holiday's a
I do
player,
too.
But remember when they threw the bag at Drew Holiday? Of all the players, part of it is then when they looked ahead to free agency this year, knowing that it was not going to be this historic class that many people thought it would be. So they instead just threw the bag at Drew Holiday, who's a great player, but I just would not have thrown that much money at him.
But Giannis was like, this is our big three. Him, Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday. But even Brook Lopez is a really great player who usually leads the team in points.
Really
some
great
nights.
play.
He leads the team in points some nights. So Brook Lopez is very underrated in that regard. But I'm just ready for the Nets to get the hell out of here. I would love to not see Durant, Harden, Kyrie in the finals. I would love to see Giannis and Embiid because we may never get another year where we can get Embiid and Giannis in the Eastern Conference Finals together. Giannis MVP like twice the past couple
just get
few
them
years.
to I just want them to make a final, like especially Giannis, someone who just got given the max and like just agreed to stay in Milwaukee for the next however many years.
And then Embiid, people are like arguing that Embiid should have been MVP because he had better season than Jokic, but I think his injury like.
Well, plus, like, Jokic, too, like, when I reflected on it, I was like, when they lost Jamal Murray, I mean, not that Jokic already wasn't carrying the team, but then, like, once they lost Jamal, like, he's literally the team.
If Jamal Murray had played in the series versus the Suns, I would have definitely had the Nuggets winning that series.
Yeah. They got swept.
Probably in 6 or 7, but yeah.
I think Jamal Murray makes a huge difference, though. Like,
I can't believe they got swept.
Well, part of it is, like, their remaining point guards, and I can say this because I covered one of them. Love my dude, Monte Morris, but he's either on or he's off. Like, he was on during the Trailblazers series, and that's the reason they did what they did. But meanwhile, like, if he's not scoring, Campuzzo, I don't know how to pronounce this.
Campazzo,
yeah, however you pronounce the other point guard's name. That dude doesn't score.
At all.
So, like, now you're already behind the 8 ball, and now Monte, who's someone who's only going to get you 14 a night, but he's going to get you 10 assists. Now he's being asked to score 31, which he just can't physically do.
Yeah. I would love to be an NBA player that averages, like, 2 points a game. Update.
Your next move might need to be to an NFL/NBA town.
market? Hey, you never know.
76ers Hawks is halftime.
Don't ask me hockey.
We're learning hockey.
No, we're not.
Sixers are up 62-49 at halftime on the Hawks.
Wow.
Sixers are up 2-1 in the
they're
series.
they're going to go 3-1.
3-1.
Win that series.
Chill.
I mean, if you're Trae Young, like it's all gravy at this point.
You're fine.
It's like the Knicks. Like the Knicks
He
were
made
gravy,
he's now he's closing in on being a household name after that Knicks series. So he's chilling.
And imagine if he wins this game tonight, which is possible. It's just 13.
Imagine then what?
13-point game. Then it's an even series, and Trae Young will get his.
That's way too many.
13's way too many.
The Sixers are moving on.
13 points.
We're moving on.
13 points. Anyway, Suns are my people. Chris Paul deserves to get to it. He's never been in a finals.
I agree. That's probably the best storyline if they're to make the finals.
I saw you like my tweet of Chris Paul and Monty Williams next to each other.
Yeah, I love that.
And when he was on the Hornets, and now they're together on the Suns.
I forgot too, and the crazy part is when Monty's wife died, CP wasn't even on the team, but I guess CP was like CP3 was the first person to like call him.
Yeah, I saw that in his press conference last night. He was said he didn't specify, but he said in his lowest moment of his life, Chris Paul was there, and in the highest moment of his life, Chris Paul was there. So like when I saw them hug after they swept the Nuggets last night, there was like you could tell that they had like some history there. Like
even years of like showing Chris Paul in his rookie season and Monty, and it's like
and Chris Paul won Rookie of the Year, so. He was with Monty that year.
It would be such. That's why we love sports. It literally is why we love
and
sports.
If the Nets don't make it, Chris Paul has a big chance of getting a ring.
Can you imagine if the Phoenix Suns win the NBA championship?
That'd be crazy.
After years of Lakers and the Warriors.
That's what I love about sports is I love the underdog when it's
better than the Raptors.
When my
it's
team
better
is
than
out.
that.
When my team is out, I love the underdog story.
Yeah.
Especially like when you haven't made the playoffs for as long as they have and you just come up out of nothing and you hire Monty Williams, you get Chris Paul, you get to the finals. Injuries happen. It's part of sports, but, you still have to win games.
Right.
And Suns are doing it.
But when your team's in, you're like, let's build on the dynasty.
Yeah, if it was Spurs Suns in the Western Conference Finals, I'm like, run Chris Paul out of the building. But it's not, so go Suns.
Go Western Conference. Go sports.
Oh, man.
Well, that's enough basketball.
Oh, do we think it's gonna be the Jazz or the Clippers then?
It's gonna be Jazz. I don't think Paul George can play how he played in Game 3
If I see
every
one
week.
more of the Donovan Mitchell is the best player in Jazz history on my Twitter timeline.
Well, thanks Stephen A for that.
Well, who do you think it is?
Carl Malone.
Carlos Boozer? Oh.
No, Carl Malone.
I wasn't alive for those days. So.
Neither was I. But did you watch The Last Dance?
I did, but
I'd
like
say
we only got
Stockton,
like 4 games of Carlos Malone. Take my drink.
Carlos
Malone.
It's Carlos
Carlos
Malone.
Boozer.
It's Carlo Malone, but with a mustache.
thinking-
Carlos
I was
Malone.
thinking Carlos Boozer. Yo, Jerry Sloan's Jazz were nice, man. But Donovan Mitchell has potential to be the best player of the Jazz ever, but he's not yet, obviously. They're projecting
He's super
very
good, though.
early.
He's so good.
He's really good.
They're projecting
and he's still so
very
young.
early.
So
Yeah, he's 24.
Right.
Like, we're
Which is
28.
so wild.
Imagine
I know.
Donovan Mitchell in 4 more years. He's going to be amazing if he stays healthy, which is always the
Old
key
man
factor
George
in
Niang,
sports.
27.
George
That's my real. That's my real dog on the Jazz. True
You
story.
got always obscure names.
True story. My mom's got 2 jerseys of players that I have covered. Gardner Minshew.
She has George Niang.
Yeah.
Wow.
From
my
Iowa
God.
State, baby. Listen, show it off. Show it off for the video. Yeah. He was awesome, dude. Hilton Magic, his senior year
Got
was
ties to the Cyclones, baby.
freaking awesome. It was him, Monte, Matt Thomas, who's on the Jazz now, Abdul Nader, who's on the Suns.
I know Nader.
You're an
Nader?
encyclopedia.
Nader's on the Suns?
Yeah.
Does he get minutes? I haven't seen him play,
he's like
really.
he's like
I
the
just
ninth
remember
guy
him on
the
the
bench.
OKC.
Yeah, he was on OKC.
Chris Paul brought him over?
Yeah,
He's like, bring Nader.
I'm bringing Abdul. Abdul, good interview, nice guy. But yeah, Matt Thomas got traded from the Raptors midseason to the Jazz to be their 3-point off the bench when they needed one. So yeah, 4 of those dudes. Well, now Monte's eliminated, but 3 of them still alive in the NBA playoffs. Alive.
So we talked about your favorite NBA team being the Nets back when they had Kidd. Is it still the Nets?
No.
I forget.
No. Like I said, I'm like indifferent to the Nets, but now it's like almost like, especially when Harden came over and like when Blake came over, I was like, oh, okay, because Blake Griffin has long been one of my favorite players just in general in the sport. Weirdly, I just liked him at Oklahoma, and so I followed him along. But now I'm like, you literally bought a team. Like, you just threw money and got Kyrie, who's a New Jersey native but a psychopath, and he brought all his friends along, and Kevin Durant, who's literally a psychopath, and I don't know. But like, my dog Ian Eagle calls the game. Shout out Ian Eagle. So like, I have to also root for them because big dog.
Who's the one that goes, yes? Is that Ian Eagle or Kevin Harlan?
No, Iron Eagle, you got to put this in, is did you hear the call he had when they had like that Harlem Globetrotters play, the last game of the regular season, when he goes, he goes, what does he say? Nets level. And it's like, what does he say? Hold on, I got to pull it up. It's so freaking funny.
I do remember that. Wait, was that when someone went behind the back?
Yep.
Then off the back?
Yes,
Yeah.
I got to pull it
That
up.
was a
'cause
badass
During
play.
a game?
Oh, here, I'm pulling it up for you so you can see it. I know it's not good radio.
Well,
but-
I can pull it up because it'll play over the speaker.
Oh, good.
We're not radio, though.
So
Yeah,
it's
that's true.
Nets. What should I type
Nets level.
in? Nets level.
Nets level.
It's
Play.
so funny. Here it is.
Hold on, I got it.
You got it? Okay.
Brooklyn Nets play of the year 4 weeks ago,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
I think I
Yeah.
saw that play. Yeah. I saw that play for
State
sure.
Farm
I didn't know it was 4 weeks
Anything
ago.
can happen.
Time
Is that Jake
flies.
from
Last
State
game of the
Farm?
regular
Things are gonna go surprisingly great.
This
Like
is
State
a
Farm surprisingly great rate.
Jake from State Farm.
What's up, family?
Shout out State
hi.
Farm.
Like a good neighbor.
Sponsors the
Not
pod.
actually.
State Farm.
Let's see if this is
Sponsor.
Ian Eagle.
Yeah.
Ian
Second
Eagle.
different shot clock to game clock.
Is that him?
Dotson loses it.
Is it when Blake
Walking the
Griffin was running the
tightrope.
floor?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, Blake Griffin! Razzle dazzle! Oh, next level!
Next level! Razzle dazzle!
And one of the highlights of the year.
And it's so funny. And I've like texted with him about it. I love that now, like, that's like in every ESPN commercial, it's razzle dazzle.
Yeah,
It's like it aired on a Yes Network broadcast, but okay, thank you.
Is he going to be the next Mike Green?
Oh,
There's talk, or
Beautiful.
well, even with Marv Albert retiring, that seat's opening. So
I didn't know Marv Albert
he
was
gotta go.
retiring.
He got to go.
that's upsetting.
Yep.
From
It is,
from
but-
football too.
but he gotta
Doesn't he
go.
do
no,
football?
he just do basketball.
Just basketball?
Yeah. So now, I mean, there's talk of it'll be Harlan.
I like Kevin Harlan.
I mean, if I'm Ian, like, it's super tough. And, like, I've talked about this with a lot of other former campers that are still close with him. Like, what's super tough is, like, he's also behind Jim Nance in the CBS pecking order. So, like, as much as I'm sure he would love the TNT gig, like, I don't know, like, the CBS lead gig. But at the same
Yeah.
time, you know, Nance is going to do that job until he drops.
Yeah.
Like, God willing, he doesn't drop, but, like,
yeah.
like
for
the
sure.
dude's going to do it until he drops.
Yeah, he's generational, like Chris Berman.
Right. I mean, he just signed. He signed through when he's 76 years old. So
Dang, I can't wait for Iron Eagle to call some Trevor Lawrence plays.
He'll be here.
Trevor Lawrence!
So actually, really good story about that. I know we're not a Jaguars podcast, but
Never will be.
Steelers was week 12 this year, week 11, I want to say. Maybe week 10. When was it? I forget which week it was.
You mean last year?
This past year.
Oh, I thought you said this year.
No, this past year. This past year. Ian was calling the game, and as much as he was in the bubble and like wasn't supposed to interact with us mere mortals, like he was like, meet me during the dinner or the halftime lunch break, and I was like, okay. So I met him in the corner to talk to him, and he's a legend. Like skips his lunch in the middle of like a CBS broadcast to talk to me because the freaking go. But he looked at me because he starts asking like,
pull up.
Career wise, he's like, what are you thinking? You know, and I'm like, well, like my contract's up, and he looks at me, he goes, you're getting a generational quarterback. And I said, who? Justin Fields? Zach Wilt? He goes, no, you're getting Trevor. And I was like, dude, the Jets aren't going to win another game. And he went, no, just trust me. And I just was like, no, Ian. And then sure enough, a month later, and
Frank Gore gets that first down.
I was not expecting
Part of it, too,
that.
you have to remember, is that Ian historically has called the Jets preseason games. And so, and obviously he's calling their games on CBS, too. So, like, he was obviously way more exposed to them and probably knew that roster was a lot better than people gave it credit for. But at the same time, the Jaguars roster wasn't 1-15. Like, I wasn't here in 2013.
It's rare that a team is actually that
People
bad.
said in 2013, that roster that won 3 games was 1-15.
Yeah.
But at some point, do you think that when your team is that bad, you think they're actually throwing the games?
No.
When they had James Robinson sit out.
Because DJ Chark was like giving like minimal effort like towards the end of the season.
That I think was more of he was just upset with the quarterback situation.
Well, that still affects like the results of the game. So,
but it's not an inside job. They're not throwing it to get Trevor.
In a way, they are.
But DJ Chark ain't like, ooh, let's get Trevor Lawrence. Let me sit down.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like they're just like,
minimal effort.
They're not caring about the game. So like we lose whatever.
Doug Marrone died so that Trevor could walk.
Yeah,
I know Doug Marrone. I know Doug Marrone was probably caring about saving his job, but I'm saying the players, like if you're a player in the NFL on like a 1-15 team, you are at one point you're gonna be like, man, screw. If you don't have like the mindset to just like want to go out there and play, you're gonna be like, whatever, I'm just ready for the season to end and go back to my family, turn up. And DJ Chark admitted that in a press conference. He was like, yeah, I didn't have, the mental capacity last season, like to give it all. And he was like giving half effort and stuff like that. And I was like, man, we could see it on the field with his body language. So
speaking of mental fortitude, let's go to rants, raves, and reviews, because I have a rant and it's my mental capacity to perform under pressure.
You fold, man.
Because
you told me you were tired.
You cannot.
You go.
You cannot say that I fold when you don't go to any match of mine.
Well, I'm just speaking from when I was recording you practicing. You told me to record you, and then when I start, you're like, I can't do this under the camera. I was like, okay, why are you telling me to come out every match if you can't perform under a camera?
You're right.
So match 3. Change your mindset.
That's tomorrow.
Fuck.
I'm
free.
At 5:40. Yeah, you're gonna find something to do to make sure you don't go to my game.
Well, after your second game, you were like, man, I just want to give up golf.
Jesus,
I'm going to bed.
Golf. What have I ever picked up a club? I ain't played golf in my life.
Continue. I'm done. Sip this crown. So just what I need.
You try to sip the crown like it's going to cure your ailments. No, put it down. Anyway. I just can't.
I forgot to text my cousin happy birthday. So
go for it.
That's what I'm doing. Don't
Happy
mind.
birthday.
Happy birthday.
I'm just ranting. But when I practice, as Eric saw, when the camera wasn't on, and I have good strokes, so I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to start playing the rest of the season like I don't care. I know I say that now, but come the game, I'm going to get nervous again. But whatever. That's my rant. Fuck tennis.
I brought the pretzels for you. You need them.
You love tennis.
I did play.
I love pretzels.
I played the most tennis. Well, let me meet you. I played the most tennis of my life this past weekend. I'm still sore. It felt amazing. But anyway, I do have a rave too. I cannot wait. Picture? Take a picture?
Video to the cousin group chat.
All right,
Snapchat.
Is it candid? We need
Keep going. Keep talking.
I have a rave. My hemorrhoids are back.
Oh my God.
So
that's rave.
No, I only said that for her camera. My rave is that I can't wait for hurricane season. I know saying that around Mia isn't good because
I need to catch a flight on Friday. As long as it's not Friday, that's fine.
But working in news, even though you're in sports, guys,
they'll bring me in.
They will pull you in. Everyone, it's all hands on deck for hurricane season. But the reason I can't wait for hurricane season because for the first time in 3+ years, maybe 4, I will be able to ride out hurricane season at home and be able to watch it as a fan. Like I'll be able to watch TV. I love hurricane season,
and this man loves rain.
It's a weird, but I love hurricane. I love hunkering down. I love buying alcohol, getting ready, buying food, and turning the TV on, losing power, gaining power. I just love it. For some reason, I just love hurricane season. And we have a balcony right here. We'll be able to see it clear as day. The vlog will be amazing for hurricane season. Like if we get it.
So here is one thing I do want to say about hurricane season is
screen.
Last time there was a major hurricane, I was not here. It was 2017. It was the weekend. It was the weekend.
Texans, Jags. Yeah, we
blew which was the first week.
The first game of the season in Houston.
And then what happened?
Was that the 10
Then we went to the playoffs, baby.
That was a 10-sack game.
And I was going to say,
10-sack
yeah.
game.
And then
I don't think that's happening again.
And then what happened at the end of that season?
Well, we lost Tom
Brady.
Brady.
Well, yeah, you lost Tom Brady. But
86.
Went to the AFC Championship game. So I'm just
we
saying.
gonna win that bit. Shut up.
Anyway.
Wow, he really was 86. God, I'm nice.
Who's 86?
Tom Brady.
On our list. I did a little 86 ad-lib when you said Brady.
We just got another shout-out on my Twitter sphere. Loved hearing Trevor Lawrence give Bold Bean Coffee a shout-out in the presser today. Thanks, Mia O'Brien, for asking the important questions.
Do they have muffins?
What?
At Bold Bean?
I love muffins.
I've never gotten one there.
I love muffins.
That's a good question. Maybe the one in San Marco. I don't think the one at the beach.
It's my favorite baked item. Outside of cookies.
All right, here's one debate that, Mia, you need to be here for, like, the final vote.
Here we go.
Is this a appropriate tweet, or I've had too many to drink?
Is it the video?
No. I just was going to quote tweet it and say, just out here doing the Lord's work, everyone.
Oh, no, that's
fine. That's very, very PG.
No, I thought you were going to post my video about me saying I have my hemorrhoids. I love my hemorrhoids.
Is this okay? My hemorrhoids are back. I love it.
Okay, so here's what you need to be an arbitrator on. Is that the word?
I'm good with words, but I don't know about this one.
So yesterday,
liaison,
after Eric and I worked out all day,
what do you do all day, Eric? I was wondering.
I just told you.
He just works out all day.
My main income is OnlyFans, but that's for another story.
What about Cameo?
Cameo ain't no money.
No, okay. Good to know.
I get $10 for a tip on OnlyFans.
Okay,
every cameo is $10.
There we go.
Yawn.
Yawn.
So we were sitting around and watching the NBA, and I smelled him, and I said, "Did you take a shower yet?" Because we had been working out all day, and he's like, "Nah, did you?"
You didn't catch that. I did.
He said, "Nah, did you?" And I said, "Yeah, I jumped in the pool." And he roasted me like that's not a shower, and I argue. Well, then there's the argument.
But that's also like. That's me post-COVID where I was like taking 2 showers a day like in December.
I feel so when I take a shower, I stand in the water, I'll wash my hair with shampoo, and I'll take soap to my hair regions, wherever I have hair, you know where that is. And that's what I'll do. I don't take soap to my legs. I don't take soap to my stomach,
you don't take
my
soap
back.
to your legs?
No,
legs get dirty.
I think that's a rare thing. I think it's rare that people actually soap their legs.
That's because they're disgusting.
People that are listening,
legs get grimy. You know that, right?
No, mine's fine.
Yours
it
are
doesn't
fine?
smell.
Well, they're not gonna smell, but
like
they get dirty.
You don't struggle with the with the washcloth.
Like legs
I
get
never
dirty.
wash my clothes. So when I take it, when I go in the
you're what?
When I go, I don't know what I said.
I heard glit.
Jesus, didn't say that.
Run the tape back.
So when I go swimming in the swimming pool,
we've come a long way from the beginning when I said agent and you thought I said Asian.
Yeah, we've come a long way.
Crown hits.
So when I go in the pool, chlorine is probably stronger than the soap that I use and the soap that he uses. Yeah. That's getting every part of my body.
Well, it's killing off all
the germs.
Yeah, it's killing off the germs. But like, do you really want to go to bed smelling like chlorine? Like I'm the type like I need a shower before I go to bed, like just to like bring my body temperature down, and also just to like feel fresh when I get into bed.
Okay.
That's just me.
But what's the difference between taking a shower and like jumping in a
Soap.
Shampoo! You don't put shampoo on in the pool.
I will say that the hair doesn't get
Let's talk about how
Clean.
Jags Twitter roasted me a few months ago because I admitted that I take 2 showers in the summer. And I was like, doesn't everyone?
Well, I've heard of that.
Yeah.
Especially in Florida. It's
Right.
gross.
Like I have to.
if I take 2 showers a day, I'll start drying out real quick.
Well, the real question is I'm looking at the time. I was going to go to the gym before Jags practice tomorrow morning. Do we think that's going to happen now?
Go tonight.
Well, we're pretty much done.
I went this. Well, that's true. I went. Well,
you
no,
go 2 a days?
No, I was sometimes. I went this morning.
I've
at,
never done.
She does 2 a days shower.
I was doing 2 a days like February, March pre-players, but now I don't have time.
The
for
reason
that.
I would never do 2 a day showers is because it's not that I don't like showering. It's just I hate getting out
Oh,
of the shower.
I thought you were talking about the gym. Oh, I definitely do 2 a day shower. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I went to the
I
gym-
asked about gyms too.
Yeah. At the gym, I was there this morning at like 7:45, and so now I showered.
I do
after,
that. I do the gym.
And now I'm gonna shower before I go to bed.
hate being wet.
Well, you dry off.
I know, but like I get out of the shower, I'm freezing cold. I
Yeah.
just can't do that twice a day. I got to take 1 shower a day. Like I'm sweating right now, and I probably will go to bed sweaty. Car's full over there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's been full. I just thought you knew that.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, maybe that's the cue.
That's the cue.
We're going to use Maine to end this. Maine
Well, we
camera
got
to
that
end
one,
this.
yeah, in Maine. So talk to the main. End it.
I need the.
Mia, thank you so much for coming. We have to do this
Mia.
again.
Mia,
Listen.
you're amazing.
No, listen. I think this is the first time we're ever. Well, we've met in person, maybe
No, we
one.
haven't.
We've never actually met in person before.
You took us to 2.5 hours. That's
I know. I was looking at the clock. I'm like, I hope someone's actually going to want to listen to this whole
Oh,
podcast.
I
They
think
will. Yeah, they got time. And I saw you in our apartment the other week. I was like, I've never met her, but she
Signed your flag.
She signed my flag. Yeah, we mentioned that earlier. You were.
Oh,
Probably
that's right. We
tagged.
did sign the flag. Yeah, we. Had
There's an
some fun.
anonymous writing on there. I think it was Medlin.
It
so.
probably was Medlin.
he signed
It
twice.
definitely was Medlin.
The outro.
ready.
Yeah.
Go.
Hey, appreciate you, Mia, for coming on the show. It was great. All your insights, all your inside info. But that's our show, guys. We got a long one. Make sure you share this show with your friends, parents, enemies. Rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. Watch us on YouTube, of course. We're trying to get them subs up. YouTube.com/Dunn and Drew. Patreon. Obviously, you need that extra episode during the week. Patreon.com/Dunn and Drew. Text podcast to 386-2004-6499.
Hurry up.
For Dunn and Drew updates via text. Until next time, this has been Dunn and Drew, baby.
Perfect.